take out 15%. We'll come back a little later on, take a closer look at what we like in that sequence. Robert Reed Jr. right here at Grand River Raceway, on track for a fantastic night of harness racing action. And always, we like to start off with that early pick 5. We break it down. We kind of give you our suggested wagers for it. It's got a guaranteed pool of $5,000, low takeout 15%. And Gary Conley and myself will give you our suggested tickets. You can feel free to add or subtract as you see fit. And tonight, we've got some youngsters right throughout that sequence, some OSS Gold events as well. So we're not always sure how these horses will take to the smaller surface here at Grand River. Now, just 5/8 now. It's not the half we used to have, but sometimes still they're used to that big track. So it could maybe cause some value to come in those OSS Gold events. But let's take a look at what I've got in store for you for this first sequence. And in race number 1, I'm going 3 deep with the 2, 4, and 6. Galen Urso looks like the clear one to beat, but I also am intrigued by the 4, LMC Wagon Wheel. First start, Benoit Belarjon, and also Louis-Philippe Bois aboard. Taking support right now on the board to 3-1. Also like the 6, Shutter Green. Raced fantastic in his starts at Hanover Raceway. And now, maybe primed for a better gold effort. I mean, he's already been competitive at this level. I think he's in for a big one tonight. 7-1 on the board. That's some serious value on the 6, Shutter Green. And then in race number 2, just 2 deep with the 3 and 6, Lions, Frankie J, and the 6, Wicked Ending. Wicked Ending's the one I give the edge to, but I do think it comes down to those two. I think they just have a bit of a class edge and form edge over their rivals in race number 2. Race number 3, the 5 and 6, TH Monica, kind of a speed threat. I think we're going to see her unleashed off the gate tonight. She does have that all-important qualifier, too, over this surface already. We've seen a lot of youngsters have success that have already had a start or a qualifier over the 5/8 here at Grand River, but you've got to have the 6, Foxy Amy. She's been fantastic in her career so far for Hall of Famer Paul McDonnell. 4 top 2 finishes and 4 tries. I think that she is the one to beat in there, but TH Monica might have a pace edge over her. In race number 4, 1, 2, 3, and 7. That's a race where we're kind of hoping for a bit of a price to come in. I mean, Sound and Vision on the outermost post in the contest, I think, is in with a big chance, and he'll likely be the best value in there. But Man Force is the one I did go to on top with the rail, but also using the 2, Wearing the Green, and the 3, You Got It, Kemp. And then race 5, best bet of the night. I guess, spot play of the night. Spot play of the night, race number 5, number 6, Lady Get Lucky. We saw her finish third 2 starts ago in the class above this at the River. Since then, had a start against Tougher with Doug McNair aboard at Mohawk Park. We get Doug tonight here at the River aboard Lady Get Lucky, and I think that she is going to be the clear one to beat in there. We're going to single up on her, and relatively, inexpensive ticket here tonight for yours truly. We're going to spend $9.60. I think that's Gary's favorite number. We'll see what Gary's got in store for us. I bet she's spending around $9.60.
Around $9.60? How about exactly $9.60? I'm predictable, at least on the amount, but one thing I would also predict is that your picks probably have more logic here, because you have proven over the last few years here to be the expert on the 2-year-olds, and we have the 2-year-olds in a lot of these legs of the pick 5, starting right here in the first race. And, well, we'll eventually get to my picks, but I do have in this one the 2, 3, and the 6, so I've got 3 horses. I'm adding in Go Blue, one that Robert doesn't use. It's just a hunch play, along with Galen Urso on top and Shutter Green. So I did use 2 of his 3, but I took a shot with Go Blue, whereas Robbie has LMC Wagon Wheel. We'll see. In the second, then from there on, I'm paired on up, and in the second race, we like the same 2, although I do like Lions Frankie J on top, so I just reversed that, but we have the same 2. In race number 3, it's the same idea. We have the same 2 horses, Foxy Amy and TH Monica. And in the 4th race, where Robert fanned out and took 4, I have just 2 in there. I have You Got It, Kemp, one of his choices. And then Look at Me Go, Amigo. I'm using, he did not use Louis Waugh, Luc Blais. Yeah, there's some negative. That last race in the Wellwood final wasn't all that great. But still, I just wanted to take a shot here to see if I can get this one to bounce back. I think fits really well. And Look at Me Go, Amigo is not one of Rob's top 4. That would be nice if I could get that down, if I'm still alive, which I'm not banking on. Race number 5, how's that for confidence, Rob? Look, you have just the 6 alone. I do have the 6 on top, but I did add in 5 Cozy Up. I'm just trying to get the 6 beaten, but Lady Get Lucky is the logical play in there. $9.60, Robert.
combinations for Gary and I both to be winners going into the weekend, and that's what I'm always cheering for. We'll see what Conley's got in store for us as well. He spent a little more in his tickets recently going into the weekend on Friday nights, and well, that's not too bad at all there. $14 and change for his ticket, and he's got just the two here in the opening leg, which I can't go against anyone that says Galen Urso is the one to beat in here. I think that he is the clear one to beat, but I thought maybe you get some value by going in another direction as well in this race. I mean, a little bit unpredictable, right, with these 2-year-olds trying this track for the first time. He's just going to go Galen Urso, though, in the first leg. Then the 2-3, so he's going Red Menace. Maybe more early speed for that one this time around after making a break last time, as well as the 3 Lions Frankie J. He's going to hit the all button in race 3, all 6 of them in a race where Gary and I both took a stand with TH Monica and Foxy Amy. But 2-year-olds, anything can happen, right, on the trot especially. 3, 6, and 7 in race number 4. So he's got 2 of the horses I'm using. He agrees with Gary, though. You got to use the 6, Look at Me Go Amigo. 3 deep in there for Conley, and then he's going to finish it off with the same 2 that Gary likes, the 5, Cozy Up, and the 6, Lady Get Lucky. So Conley, on the same page for the most part throughout the sequence. We can both be winners as well with several combinations. You got just a few minutes to map out your winning wagers for this early pick 5. Again, the pool is guaranteed at $5,000 to take out. It's always below 15%. Gary and I will come back just a few minutes to take a closer look at race number 1, which is the first of 4 OSS Gold divisions on the night.
Field for the first race, Ontario Sire Stakes, a gold leg, 2-year-old trotting colts and geldings on parade. 1 is Artful Dodger, Todd Ratchford for Robert Kyle Fellows. The owner is Dominique Chiravelli, and the groom is Jennifer Robinson. Number 2 is Galen Urso, Doug McNair for Greg McNair and Marcus Melander. The groom is Susie McNair. Number 3 is Go Blue, Child of Birth for Robert Kyle Fellows and Edward and Beverly Wilson, groomed by Rick Welsh. 4 is LMC Wagon Wheel, Louis Waugh for Benoit Bayedojean, Frank Cirillo, Emily Shaw is the groom. 5 is Pierre in Paris, Trevor Henry for Scott McEnany and Aristi Versakis and Mart West Racing, groomed by Sam McEnany. Number 6, Shutter Green, Bob McClure for Mark Etzel, who trains and partners in ownership with F. Grant Turner and Peter Porter and Graham Hopkins, groomed by Ray Roach. And number 7, Chicago Hall, James McDonough, Dominic Ledoux. And the stable and the groom is Cindy Acton. Field of 7, race number 1, OSS Gold. And let's get right to it, Rob, with a look at this field. And Galen Urso, the 3 to 5 favorite. I'm assuming you thought that Galen Urso would wind up being the favorite.
Yeah, I definitely thought this would be the favorite in here, and odds on at that, Gary. And right now I'm just watching Doug McNair scoring this one down a little bit. Son of Green, Manalisha. We've seen these horses have so much success in this crop, and just kind of taking it easy out there right now in the score down. But looks pretty smooth, all things considered. And this is going to be a first start over the a smaller surface than the 7/8 of a mile surface at Mohawk Park, and really horse has done nothing wrong in his career so far. 2 victories, 4 on the board finishes, and he's already got a couple of wins at the gold level. So he's a clear one to beat. There's no question about that. But I have to look for value somewhere in the pick 5 sequence. That's why I went 3 deep in here. So I still, obviously have him on top and recognize that he's the most likely winner of this race. But it might be worthwhile going a little bit deeper, especially in these 2-year-old events where we haven't seen horses how to start over this surface or any smaller surface.
We both used Shutter Green on our pick 5, and one that has kind of come on nicely is Mark Etzel and Bob McClure, and well, they've been able to win here in the past. And Shutter Green, and we're going to see Shutter Green in a moment with Bob McClure. But your thoughts on Shutter Green, and is that the one that you think is the most likely, the value play that could upset the favorite?
Well, I think there's a couple of value plays that are worth looking at in here, and he's certainly one of them. And I think he merits more respect than that 5 to 1 because he just swept through the balanced image. He won his elimination in hand, in 2:05 and 2. Don't worry about that, though. The track was 3 seconds off, and obviously much slower at Hanover than it is here. Then he wins the final in 2 minutes and 4, and he won the OSS Gold consolation, midseason consolation before that. So he's on a 3-race win streak, should be brimming with confidence, and has never missed the board in any of his career starts. And I have a feeling we're going to see him get put into play off the switch like he has been in each of those 3 victories. So again, I think maybe 3 or 4 to 1 is what I was expecting on him, and didn't think we'd get that morning line of 6 to 1, but right now holding sway at 5 to 1.
Number 4, LMC Wagon Wheel. I left that one off my ticket, but not because of a lack of talent, but the X is on the dance card. Can this one stay flat?
I think so. I mean, that's always the big question with these youngsters, right? Especially, getting over this surface for the first time. But this is one that already has a win at the gold level. Did so at 10 to 1, 4 starts ago. Since then, obviously, three breaks. One was an interference break, though, and got distanced in 2 of those efforts. But now you go to the barn of Benoit Belargent, and you get Louis-Philippe Roy aboard. So when I look at this race and say, okay, well, where's the value going to be? I thought it would be on Shutter Green and LMC Wagon Wheel, already a proven winner against this level of competition, and now gets a change of scenery for a barn that's had a lot of success with these types in the past. So he's the one that I'd be watching maybe behind the gate, and if he looks smooth, then maybe fire in. And 5 to 1, I guess, is about the price I expected. I was hoping for more, but I guess that's probably the ceiling we're going to see on him.
Number 5, Pierre in Paris. Look, the best final quarter in the last race of any of these, 28-second final quarter in that 2-year-old Open at Woodbine.
Yeah, Pierre in Paris is one that actually 14 to 1 is an overlay. I think that's because we're seeing a lot of support come for the other 2 we just mentioned, LMC Wagon Wheel and Shutter Green. But Pierre in Paris, I mean, he was a really impressive winner in his lifetime debut in the OSS Grassroots, and then obviously didn't have as much success in the gold when he made a break in stride, and did the same in the William Wellwood. But he was a strong winner again in non-winners of 1 on August the 6th. And last time out, that was a tremendous field he faced in that 2-year-old Open event last week at Mohawk Park. So I would say that he's a horse that has upset potential. He's another one that obviously has to mind his manners. We can say that about everyone in this field. So Pierre in Paris, I use him everywhere underneath in the exotics, especially at that price right now.
My hunch play number 3, Go Blue, is 14 to 1 on the board. I used this one in the pick 5. Look, what about that start 2 starts ago from post 10 coming on to finish second? That's a solid play.
Well, absolutely it was. I mean, dreaded 10 hole at Mohawk Park, got away 8th off the gate in 28 and 1 final quarter to get into second at 29 to 1. And then last time out, inside trip, didn't really have much of a chance in non-winners of 2. And obviously this race is on the schedule next for him. So, not going to read too much into that effort either, right? A couple of outside posts at Mohawk Park. Now a decent starting spot here at Grand River, post 3. Didn't use them in my pick 5 or have them in my top 4, but one that I think you'd have to use in the try in the Super.
Well, it is a field of 7, race number 1. OSS Gold, 2-year-old trotting colts and geldings. Artful Dodger, Galen Urso, and Go Blue is in the center with LMC Wagon Wheel and Pierre in Paris to the outside. Shutter Green and Chicago Hall. It's a field of 7. It's race number 1, first of 9 dashes on a Friday night at Grand River Raceway. Two-year-old Gold, trotting Colts and Gelding, swinging into the backstretch, gathering speed, approaching the start. And the field is at the start of the rough, and Chicago Hall is going to come out very strongly with Pierre in Paris, then Galen Urso, and Shutter Green, Artful Dodger, Go Blue, LMC Wagon Wheel. Those wheels are back trailing the field. Chicago Hall at 14-1 with the lead, but Shutter Green on the outside now is on the move, and Shutter Green at 6-1 is going to come on and clear to the front. Chicago Hall is second, Pierre in Paris is third. Galen Urso quickly pops out from fourth now, is making a strong move towards the lead. Back racing fifth is Artful Dodger, and then it is Go Blue and LMC Wagon Wheel. Shutter Green's got the lead for Bob McClure, but here comes Galen Urso and Doug McNair. Galen Urso is going to take the front now. Then Shutter Green, Chicago Hall, and Pierre in Paris have a 28-3 opening quarter. The field heads up to the half. Artful Dodger is racing fifth, and then it is Go Blue and LMC Wagon Wheel broke stride. They race their way past the half and 57-3 halftime, 29-second panel. Galen Urso on down the backstretch in front of Shutter Green by 2 right now. And then it is Chicago Hall, Artful Dodger and Pierre in Paris and Go Blue. And they hustle on to 3/4. Galen Urso looks strong on top. No urging right now, leads by 2. Shutter Green's racing second. Artful Dodger is third. And Chicago Hall and Go Blue is going a little bit closer than Pierre in Paris, and off a 57-3 half. 3/4 was 127. Galen Urso, Shutter Green, Artful Dodger on the inside. Chicago Hall and Go Blue, and then Pierre in Paris in the field turns for him and popping out. Shutter Green has now pulled out against Galen Urso, looking to pull the upset. Galen Urso and Shutter Green on down the stretch drive they come. Galen Urso is sharp on the inside. Shutter Green, Galen Urso and Shutter Green as they come to the finish. Galen Urso and Shutter Green. Galen Urso wins it. Shutter Green was second. Then Chicago Hall and Pierre in Paris. 157-1. Galen Urso 2-5 on the board is one that certainly was very sharp and lived up to that billing, Robert.
It just proved to be too much for them in here, right, Gary? I mean, ends up, kind of just relaxing off the gate, then making that move in the middle stages to get to the lead, and then at that point, I mean, it was pretty easy from there. I mean, I thought Shutter Green might be able to offer a bit of a challenge in the stretch, but that one's really confident as of late, but just could not reel this one in. Just too good for them. So I thought looked pretty good scoring down and was taking to the smaller surface here at Grand River, and certainly looked good throughout the race as well, trotting smoothly and goes a nice mile on 57-1.
Well, and certainly it was a strong move by Shutter Green, at least trying to get to him, but just no doing. But at least Shutter Green, the one that you used for second, was the second choice, so at least you did nab that exactor.
Handy throughout. I mean, he left well off the gate, and just that delayed move, right, that we kind of love here at the river. He kind of leaves out, a little bit delayed, and then touchdown in the lead. Was more than happy to let Galen Urso go. You're always going to be happy to sit behind a 2-5 shot, anyways. And Shutter Green, I mean, perfect trip, but still clearly the best of the rest.
I thought Chicago Hall put in a solid race because left a bunch and still did stick around for third.
Yeah, Chicago Hall was one that I thought, surprised me off the gate, right? I mean, he blasted out to the lead off the switch. Didn't really see that coming, but ends up sitting a good trip to be third there and rounds of the trifecta at a decent price.
It's a 2-6-7-5 top four. And back in front of us is number 2, Galen Urso. Galen Urso is a 2-year-old Green Manalishi Bay Colts, owned by Marcus Melander of New Egypt, New Jersey. Greg McNair, the trainer. Doug McNair, the winning driver. Third win in just 5 career starts for Galen Urso. Also note the groom on Galen Urso is Susie McNair. The first race payout to Galen Urso, 290, 220, 230. Six Shutter Green, 310, $4, and seven Chicago Hall, 660. $2 exactor, $9.80, $1 try, $33.20, $1 super, $95.45.
Here in the winner's circle with winning driver aboard Galen Urso in the first four OSS Gold divisions tonight here at Grand River. Doug, I mean, Galen Urso has been fantastic all season. You said that maybe he wasn't trotting at his best in recent efforts, but tonight you said good to go.
Yeah, he's no. Even tonight he wasn't trotting that good. I mean, he raced great and was tough enough to hold them up. But he just, you can tell he's just not trotting 100%. Dad warmed him up, and he said he didn't warm up perfect. And usually when he says that, it doesn't give you a very good feeling. So I scored him out quite a bit and tried to knock a little bit of rust off him. But I mean, he was good enough to hold them off. He raced great.
And is that the key for you with a youngster like him, never been over the shorter track like this in a race anyways, score them down and see how they're going to take to the surface?
Yeah, I figured he trots like Marcus trained him down. Obviously, most of his horses trot phenomenal. So and he's been training Dad's track and the half-mile track all summer long. So I wasn't worried about the turns. That wasn't the issue at all. It's just the way he was trotting. He wasn't didn't like the way he was trotting, even scoring down. But like I said, he was still good enough to win. Hopefully, he'll get him sharpened up there for the super final.
Still, I mean, dominant performance, right? So you got to think if there's more for Galen Urso, he's obviously the clear one to beat.
Yeah, no, I think he is one of the best or the best in the division. You know, he got him beat in the mid-season challenge there. Sylvan's horse raced great. He got probably a better trip than mine. I mean, I had to remove mine to the front again and just got picked off of the wire. So, but I think he's got a lot to trot. He just got to get there.
All right, and kind of fall conditions upon us here tonight at Grand River. Now, you love racing here, Doug, and I mean, busy schedule, obviously, right? Tonight, you could be at Mohawk Park, but you're here for the Golds. I mean, what is it like to kind of even just work your schedule and kind of figure out where you got to be and win and log those miles?
Yeah, you know, like I'm not the only one. There's probably 5 or 6 of us do same thing tonight. We're going first 4 or 5 races here, then back over to Mohawk. So you got to plan accordingly and then try to rush around in different tracks and fit every race in as best you can. But like you said, I love racing here from here, kind of my home track, and I just grew up 10 minutes up the road, so I love coming up here.
All right, thanks, Doug. Best of luck the rest of the night.
Thanks, Rob.
Doug there, winning driver, Galen Urso in the opening dash of the evening.
OSS Gold, 2-year-old trotting colts and geldings. Artful Dodger, Galen Urso, and Go Blue is in the center with LMC Wagon Wheel and Pierre and Perry. First race or finish in the top, 615-7423. That's 615-7423.
Galen Urso gets the job done in the opening dash of the evening, the first of four OSS Gold divisions. Dominant victory by that heavy favorite. Many are likely alive in the pick 5, but we're going to still look at the pick 4 starting right here in race number 2. Guaranteed pool, $2,500. Low takeout, 15%. There's my ticket. I don't stray too far from my pick 5. I'm going to keep with the same numbers. 3-6 here in the opening leg. Lions, Frankie J, and Wicked ending. And then in race number 3, the 5 and 6, TH Monica and Foxy Amy. Foxy Amy looks like the one to beat in there, though. And then race 4, the 1, 2, 3, and 7. Liking the one-man force, but I think that might be the race where we can get a bit of a price down. And then in the finale, race number 5, the money leg, Lady Get Lucky, one that I'm kind of excited about. See what Doug McNair, who just got to the winner's circle in the opening dash, can do with that one here at the river. Good third 2 starts ago, and just thinking that one can do good things here tonight. Getting down to a pretty soft spot, will likely be the heavy favorite. $3.20 for a 20-cent ticket is mine. We're going to look at Conley's ticket as well. And there's Conley's ticket, $14.40, 2-3 here in the opening leg. So he likes Lions, Frankie J. And they went to the 2 Red Menace, who I was kind of fond of last time, in a break in stride. Maybe, just maybe we'll see that one go forward off the gate tonight, but off a miscue. Might be handled a little more conservatively. And then he's going to hit the all button in race number 3. Never a bad idea with these young trotters trying out a service for the first time, but TH Monica does have a qualifier here at Grand River just recently. So we got one horse with experience over the surface. He's going to hit the all button, though, in that race. Then go to the 3, 6, and 7 in race 4. You got a Kemp, Sound and Vision, and he added in the 6, Look at Me, Amigo. And the money leg, he's going to go to the 5, 6. So he's got my best bet of the night, the 6, Lady Get Lucky. He's also going to use the 5, Cozy Up, $14.40 for a 20-cent ticket for Conley. But you got a minute or so to map out your winning wagers for this early pick 4. Again, takeout's always a low 15%. Guaranteed pool's $2,500. Gary will come back in a few moments, take a closer look at race number 2.
Field 4, race number 2 on parade 1. Country Grace, Austin Sorry for Rodney Hughes and Sarah Emery. Number 2 is Red Menace. Martin Lachance drives for Dan Mogridge. Note that Emily Hughes is the groom on One Country Grace, and Brett Taylor grooms 2 Red Menace. Number 3 is Lions Frankie J. Doug McNair for Greg McNair, and 3 Lions Racing, groomed by Christine Lawrence. And number 4, All Time Rock, James McDonough for Brian Ramsey. Number 5 is Stonebridge Allen, Jay Harris for Sean Stacy and Catherine Stacy and Nancy Malik. And the groom is Greg Kingshot. Number 6 is Wicked Ending, Todd Ratchford for James Wellwood and Jeffrey Wellwood. And the groom is Mary Ratchford. And number 7 is McSeashore, Anthony Hunt for Mike Keeling and Dreamville Stable and Pitbull Stable. Field of 7, race number 2. I'll get a look at this field for race number 2. And we'll go to Rob's top pick, number 6, Wicked Ending, is changing Can't See Back the Blind Bridle and adding a screen as well. And to Wicked Ending, Rob has used this one on top. And, Wicked Ending right now is 5-1 on the board, so I like that he's taken a move against my top choice, which is 3 Lions, Frankie J.
Because, it looks like the 3 Lions, Frankie J is the one to beat. But I just thought that Wicked Ending's been pretty handy over this surface, and each of his last 2, he's had top 3 finishes before that, a couple of fourths as well, and was second to Bozak last time, so it's not a bad form reference, right? We just saw Bozak go out there and do good things again. He's come back to be a winner, and I just think that Wicked Ending should be good to go again, back in this non-winners of 1 class, and again, 7-2. He's the value. Looks pretty good on the track right now as well. And Todd Ratchford's done really good things here at the river. So happy to have this one on top at that price right now, and but recognizing the 3 Lions, Frankie J, likely the one to beat.
And also, let's touch on number 3, Lions Frankie J. And is 4-5 on the board. Now, the last couple races, they leave a lot to be desired, but you also overall look at Lions Frankie J. It's Doug McNair, Greg McNair, and there is a look. Coming from a grassroots down to this maiden class, that should be the difference.
Over this service was a good one, right? Third to Port St. Charles, only got beat 3/4 of a length. That was in his lifetime debut. Tried out Gold Company and Grassroots Company as well. Didn't have tremendous success at those levels, but does have a third in non-winners one at Mohawk Park 3 starts ago. So I think should really enjoy getting back here to the river. And against softer competition, and I'd say even money's about the price I expected. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes off odds on at post time, and like I said, he is the one to beat, but I just thought there'd be better value with Wicked Ending, and that's the direction we're going to go in.
All Time Rock makes an equipment change, side rolls to blinkers, a couple starts at Clinton, and of course you see the racing everywhere in Ontario, including Clinton as well. Your thoughts on All Time Rock?
Yeah, All Time Rock is one that I thought was very nice in victory at Clinton, August the 11th. Last time out, I thought was okay. Again, third. Disappointed as the favorite on that one, though. But now you get J-Mac aboard, right? And moving here to the river, don't be too worried of those times at Clinton. He's going to probably drop some serious time here this evening, and I figured he'd be a value player. Didn't go 3 deep in the picks, the pick 4, the pick 5. Decided to just go 2 deep there, but I do think All Time Rock's a bit intriguing here, especially at the price of 6-1. So I wouldn't leave him off any of the exotics.
And one more to get a look at here quickly is number 2, Red Menace, and we saw this one already twice here. Once was a good start, and once, not good because of a break.
Yep. Yeah, Red Menace for me is kind of the one that's kind of tough to figure out what's going to happen tonight with him, because I thought he was tremendous to be second and not a bad guy 2 starts ago. He pushed out really hard off the gate from post 2, secured that pocket trip. Now he gets that same post against tonight, but now he's doing it off a break and stride. So you'd have to think, obviously, minding his manners off the switch is the first priority tonight. But 5-1's a good price on a horse that I thought was worth a look for the win end of it last time out against the likes of Bozak and Wicked Ending, and now this time around might be able to rebound with a big effort from an inside draw. But obviously the break last time's a bit scary, but I would say one you cannot leave off the trifecta in the Super.
And I'll throw you just a quick curveball here. I want to get a thought on Stonebridge Alien because a 10-1 morning line is 7-1 on the board. 4 qualifiers to get ready, but it is Sean Stacy. Your thoughts on this one?
Land $165,000 yearling purchase, right? So I mean, we don't usually see horses like this kind of make their debut in Almonds one here at the River. The qualifiers were okay, but I mean, obviously with Sean Stacy, you can always expect them to maybe take a big step forward off those. And again, you're getting 9-1 on a horse that is meant to be a good horse, right? So I wouldn't begrudge anyone for taking a shot on him. I don't have him tonight. I just kind of elected to watch him this time around, but again, I wouldn't begrudge anyone for taking a flyer on him, especially at 10-1.
It's a field of 7 for the second race as they're into the backstretch, gathering speed approaching the start. And the field for the second race. Is at the start of the rough in Country Grace. Red Menace lines Frankie J. The first couple to drive out. Wicked Ending is fourth away. Then it is All Time Rock, McSeashore, and Stonebridge Alien. Country Grace at 40-1. Grace has a lead of about 2 lengths right now. And then Red Menace is second. Lions Frankie J is currently lying third, about 4 from the lead. Then it is Wicked Ending, an All-Time Rock, McSeashore, and back to Stonebridge Alien, trailing the field. Country Grace, long shot, leads past a quarter at 27-4 for Austin Surrey, and leads Red Menace by about 2 1/4 right now. Lions Frankie J is still lying third on the inside in front of Wicked Ending, then All-Time Rock and McSeashore and Stonebridge Alien. And they head their way up to the half off that 27-4 opening quarter. And Country Grace, as they are turning into the backstretch, 57-3 halftime, 29-4 second panel. Red Menace lines Frankie J is racing third in front of Wicked Ending, and then All Time Rock, and then McSeashore as they work their way on towards the 3/4, and Stonebridge Aliens trailing the field. Country Grace at 40-1, and now lines Frankie J is coming on, and quickly closing the gap. Country Grace now, that lead is shrinking as they head by 3/4, and now on the move is lines Frankie J trying to collar Country Grace, and also Wicked Ending has popped up into contention, and Red Menace is on the inside fourth, and then All Time Rock 3/4, 126-1, and now as the field turns for home, Country Grace is trying to fend off lines Frankie J, and Wicked Ending is sent out 3 wide. Lines Frankie J, Wicked Ending is closing, lines Frankie J and Country Grace. Lions Frankie J. All Time Rock came flying late to rock and roll up and get second. Then it was Country Grace and Wicked Ending. But it is Lions Frankie J. 1-2 on the board as Doug McNair takes both halves of the early daily double, Robert. It's a 3-4-1, 6 top 4 on the board. Back in front of us, the winner of race number 2. It's number 3, Lions Frankie J. 2-year-old Line Somewhere, a big colt by 3 Lines Racing of Brantford. Greg McNair, the trainer. Doug McNair with the driving double. First win for Lions Frankie J. And the groom is Christine Lawrence. Also, fans, to note tonight, for each winning caretaker, we have a gift bucket full of goodies which have been generously donated by Wilson Tack. And the second race payouts, 3 Lines Frankie J. $3 210 210, 4 All-Time Rock $4 310, 1 Country Grace $520, $2 Exact $11.80, $1 Fry $53.80, $1 Super $130.25. Double of 2 and 3 $440. And fans, note with this evening being National Caretaker Appreciation Day, note that each caretaker here this evening will receive a small gift from Grand River Raceway. And this year marks the 7th annual celebration of caretakers, a significant event that pays tribute to the contributions of the hardworking caretakers in harness racing. Also note for the 7th consecutive year, COSA, the Central Ontario Standardbird Association, will support the National Caretaker Appreciation Day at racetracks across Ontario. And this year, COSA's sponsorship will include $100 Visa gift cards, offering caretakers a meaningful token of appreciation and the flexibility to use the reward as they see fit. Also note tonight, horse people were able to enjoy a free hot meal sponsored by COSA and prepared by the Grand Way Kitchen team. The second race order finish from the top is at 3512746. That's 3512746 on the bottom.
And a really cool look timeline, OSS timeline. I'm here joined with get your thoughts, Karen, first of all, on Ontario racing, what they do and what your role is within it.
Well, we are the voice for horse racing in Ontario, and my role is officially promotions and industry development, so I oversee the marketing for the three breeds, standardbred, quarter horse, and thoroughbreds.
And right now, we're in front of this beautiful timeline here, and there's a great display in the Grandway Lounge for the OSS 50th anniversary. And you've been making the rounds tracks across Ontario, and I've been at several of them, and people have been really excited to kind of check out all the different displays. Was there any kind of favorite memories you have, people that were coming out and kind of reminiscing?
It's really neat to see people, families that come out and see this, and even fans that come out and see horses, and they go down the line, and a lot of them are horses that they haven't thought about, and they see them again, and it is such a great showing of where this program started and where it's ended. You know, because of the builders and the participants, we now have a product that can go any well in demand and have a longevity that they're not just stake horses. You can open a program from any racetrack and see an Ontario sired horse in there.
Yeah, we got the 3 tiers, right? So really developing a lot of great champions, but even horses that just end up being racehorses, right? So Ontario program, the best in the world, no doubt about it. And where to next? I mean, I know you've been busy pretty much all summer. Next stop is the final stop, right?
Yes, it is the final stop on the tour. That will be at Sarnia tomorrow at Hiawatha Horse Park. So if you can come out there. But we will also have a display for Grassroots Finals, which is September 28th, and the Gold Super Finals on October 12th.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, Karen, and enjoy the rest of the season for the 50th anniversary.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Field on post parade for the third one. Rich Girl, Bob Glover, John Pentland, and Alan Bowden. And the groom is Tori McKinnon. Number 2 is Bright Green, Louis Bois for Eric Nadeau. And the groom is Sandra Perot. Number 3 is Supergirl Molly, Trevor Henry for Dale Devine and Allie Bale, groomed by Trent Devine. Number 4 is Green Glider, Sylvain Fillion for Scott McEnany and Andrew Lee Racing Stables, groomed by Austin McEnany. 5 is TH Monica. James McDonald for Francis Dumichel and Claude Grondin and Daniel Davis. And CSL Stable, groomed by Juliet Glaze. And number 6, Foxy Amy. Paul McDonnell drives and trains for Chris and Michael Storms, groomed by Bill Windsor. Field of 6, race number 3, 2-year-old trotting fillies in the OSS. And let's get a look. And, well, Rob, we both landed on number 6, Foxy Amy. It was kind of hard to find this one on the program, but we managed to find it.
Yeah, I'm on Foxy Amy here, Gary, and it's hard to go against this one on top. Isn't it 1-2 on the board? And, last time out, it was just a real easy victory. I mean, non-winners of 2, and Paul McDonnell had this one just coasting to the wire by 2 lengths. And I just thought that, She's a Horse has developed so nicely, right, for the Hall of Famer. First win came in the grassroots. Since then, 2 seconds at the gold level, including the mid-season final. Both of those came against Monalishi, who was one that's obviously is a tough opponent to go against. So I think Foxy Amy, the clear one to beat in here, but I wasn't ready to concede the race to her in the multi-leg wagers. I also went too deep, but again, I recognize she's pretty versatile, and she's going to take to this 5/8 service, I think.
And of course, we're dealing with 2-year-olds, so 2 to 5 is a little bit difficult to take. And if you're going to go against a 2 to 5 2-year-old, we both think that TH Monica, who is our second choice and the second choice on the board, might be the place to go.
Right now from TH Monica, and this is one that I think will likely want to fire off the gate. And we saw James McDonald do that in race 1, and right now, I mean, she's scoring down nicely. She looks fantastic out there. She really does, and she's one that's got early foot. She can also make those middle moves as well. Where she hasn't, really been able to win at the gold level yet. She did have that third in against this type of competition 2 starts ago. And most important for me is that qualifier here. I mean, I think it's such an edge for these horses. We've said it all season. Doesn't matter what age they are, but especially with 2-year-olds, they get that qualifier, that kind of taste of the river before they're pari-mutually going postward. And I just think that TH Monica can really parlay that into something big here. And again, maybe it might not have the gears to go with Foxy Amy, but might have a pace advantage on that rival. So 5-1, she's the value right now, and the one that I'd be looking to if you're looking to get an upsetter.
Number 4, Green Glider, is one that had a couple tries in the gold back in July, and boy, it didn't work out well at all. But since then, a second in a grassroots, a win in a maiden at Mohawk last time out, and raced okay in that peaceful way. So maybe Green Glider is at least pointed forward now.
Glider's one that I've been fond of in the Horse Player's Journal, and obviously 2 starts ago, that's the peaceful way. I mean, minded her manners throughout in that one, but ended up finishing 6th. So we're willing to forgive that against that level of competition. But since the addition of trotting hopples, obviously she's really turned it around. First start with them in a gold level, she got away 9th off the gate. She made up a position to finish 8th. Then she was a good second, I thought, in the OSS grassroots. Last time out, a solid winner. She held down by 3/4 of a length over Marie H., but did offer a juicy 9-2 on that occasion. So I think that Green Glider is in with a chance here. I mean, like I said, trotting hopples being added. Since then, she's obviously really been able to raise her game, and taking on Gold Company again, and she hasn't had success against these types in the past. I think she might take to the service here as well, and she's another one that's going to likely try to be up close to the pace, and might really work in her favor against one like Foxy Amy, who right now sits at 2-5.
And number 1, Rich Girl, is one that's been very effective in the grassroots. He's going to try things stepping up now. Has been off since the 6th of August, though.
Rich Girl is one that I'm looking at as one that from the pole position, after having outside draws at Mohawk Park, should be able to get away well and maybe just maintain her position throughout the mile. She's coming into this of a vet scratch sick, but has certainly been in good order for John Pentland and had all kinds of success at the grassroots level. First dabble into the golds, but I don't think she's without a chance in here, and I think she fits in nicely.
Well, it's a field of 6 for race number 3, OSS Gold. And they're taking up their positions. Rich Girl, bright green on the inside. Circle Girl, Molly, and Green Glider in the center. To the outside, TH Monica and Foxy Amy. Field for race number 3 is at the start of the rough in bright green, has gone off stride from the outside. TH Monica and Foxy Amy and Rich Girl on the inside. Then Supergirl Molly and Green Glider, and bright green is now back trailing the field. TH Monica now is going to give way as Foxy Amy, 3-5 favorite. Is going to drive up and take the lead. Foxy Amy is on top. TH Monica second. Rich Girl third. Supergirl Molly and Green Glider, and they've raced their way off the turn, and they come on towards us. And on top, Foxy Amy and Paul McDonnell leads as they race their way on up towards the half. And TH Monica is racing position, filling the pocket. Rich Girl is third. Supergirl Molly fourth, and Green Glider fifth. Of a 28-1 opening quarter, the field heads up towards the half in the OSS Gold for 2-year-old trotting fillies. And it is Foxy Amy who has a lead over TH Monica at a length and a half. And racing third is Rich Girl. Then Supergirl Molly now to the outside is moving up, and Supergirl Molly is on the outside racing position to third. Now second and is heading towards the front. It is Foxy Amy, Supergirl Molly, TH Monica. Rich Girl's racing on the outside. Fourth, half of 59-1, and fifth is Green Glider, and then bright green trailing after that break. Foxy Amy having to fend off Supergirl Molly, but still looks sharp on the lead, and no urging required, and has that lead holding at a length right now. Foxy Amy, Supergirl Molly wanting to pull the huge upset. TH Monica rides along in the pocket, and Rich Girl, and then Green Glider as the field is about to turn for home. Foxy Amy on down the stretch drive they come. Foxy Amy, TH Monica trying it up the passing lane. Foxy Amy and TH Monica. Foxy Amy, TH Monica. Foxy Amy held off TH Monica. Supergirl Molly third off stride, and then Green Glider and Rich Girl. Mile of 157-4. Fans note the inquiry sign goes up pertaining to number 3, Supergirl Molly, off stride at the finish, or potentially so. Coming back in front of us, winner of race 3, number 6, Foxy Amy. 2-year-old Muscle Mass Bay filly owned by Chris and Michael Storms. Paul McDonnell, the trainer, and the winning driver. Foxy Amy's third win in just 5 career starts. Foxy Amy, the groom, Bill Windsor. Fans note the judge's ruling that number 3 Supergirl Molly did not violate the racing regulations. The inquiry shall go off. The third race. Number 6 Foxy Amy 320, 220, 210. 5 TH Monica 280, 260. 3 Supergirl Molly 390. $2 exactor $690. Dollar try $16.20. Dollar super $49.70. And 20-cent super $9.94. I see we have down trackside Robert Reed Jr. has Paul McDonnell, a gentleman.
Robert Reed Jr. here in the winner's circle with driver and trainer, Hall of Famer Paul McDonnell, Foxy Amy, winner of the first of 2 divisions of the OSS Golds for 2-year-old trotting fillies. And Paul, coming to the wire there, got a little bit closer than I kind of thought it would, but you think she was well in hand?
Yeah, she was. I mean, there's nice fillies in there, and when you put 95,000 on the line, they come to race. So you got to be prepared.
And tonight, first time kind of going right to the engine. One that's been kind of versatile so far throughout her career. Is that kind of the trip to her liking now, or really can race from anywhere?
Well, it was tonight. I wasn't sure what was going to play out, but looking at the horses on the gate when we left, she had her nose right up there, and I thought I better just get her in play, and she responded to it. So, I was happy with her effort.
And she started off in the grassroots, and I always kind of wonder, the mindset, of a trainer. Was that the plan always to start her there and then kind of develop into the golds, or did she just race so well that you said, you know what, this might be a gold horse?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of knew she was a nice filly, but I like to start them off a little slower than most, and it was getting into mid-July before she got her first race, so it's a long season. They go right to the middle of October, so I think it'll serve her well in the future.
And a lot of great memories at this racetrack, especially in the OSS as well. It's 50th anniversary, but is this one a little sweeter now that you're here and your daughter Jenna is doing a fantastic job running this place?
Yeah, it is kind of nice. 5/8 track has really made it exciting here, and of course you guys put on a great show every night, and she's doing her job there, and so it's kind of gratifying. Yes.
All right, well, I appreciate the kind words as well. Congrats, Paul.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Paul McDonnell, winning driver and trainer of Foxy Amy in race number 3.
the third race, or a finish from the top. 563-421. That's 563-421. Field on post parade for the fourth race. One is Manforce, Jody Jameson for Suzanne Kerwood and Ammon L of Delaware, and the groom is also Susie Kerwood. Number 2, wearing the green, Trevor Henry for Robert Kyle Fellows and Yolanda Fellows and Edward Wilson and Patrick Dillon. The groom is Rose Nolan. Number 3, You Got It Camp, Sylvan Fillion for Dan Legacy and Brooke and Brady Legacy. And the groom is Brooke Legacy. Number 4 is Rising Interest, out of the board for Vic Putty and Mike Morocco. And the groom is Sean Copey. 5 is Call Me Parker, James McDonough for Benoit by Ella Shaw. And Benoit trains and partners in ownership with Santo Vina and Diane Ingham. Sarah by Ella Shaw, the groom. Number 6, Look at Me Amigo, Louis Bois for Luke Bland, Determination. The groom is Fiona Reynolds. And number 7 is Sound and Vision, Bob Glur for Mark Etzel and Terry DeVos and Peter Porter and Denise Turner. And Danny Bellick is the groom. And it's a field of 7 for the fourth race. OSS Gold, 2-year-old trotting colts and geldings. Manforce and Jody Jameson coming past us in the grandstand. Robert, and you took Manforce on top. You're looking at a healthy 5-1 right now.
Yeah, nice price on this one at 5-1, Gary. And you know what? This is a race where I went 4 deep, obviously, in the multi. So I kind of think there's several opportunities in here. So I certainly don't want to be on a short price horse. So you got to take one that's going to be a little bit of value. And Manforce is giving that right now at 5-1. Now the one thing about Manforce is that he has disappointed as the favorite in 3 of his 6 career attempts so far. But I do think that might be able to take to the surface here, the 5/8 mile surface, and might be able to get forwardly placed and at worst hit a 2-hole trip. But the first thing he's got to do is mind his manners. But I think he'll be able to do that tonight. 9-2 on the board right now on Man Force, getting some value there. But again, I think this one is one of the more wide open golds of the night.
Well, and I do like that you went away from the favorite because so far it's been a little bit chalky here this evening. You got it, Kemp is one that's getting all the love at 1-2.
Yeah, well, 3-5 now, so ticking up a little bit, but I think You Got It Kemp will likely be odds on or close to it, and it's nothing against You Got It Kemp, but the thing for me is Vetstrat sick on August 17th, hasn't raced since August the 5th. Now, you do have those 2 qualifiers, and they were certainly good ones, and I mean, should be good and tight coming into this, but I still have a hard time taking odds on a horse that missed that kind of time between starts, and you've also got one making their first start here at Grand River, so for me, 3-5, a little too short. Got to go value elsewhere, and that's why I went with the one-man force.
Number 2, wearing the green, Trevor Henry is driving, and well, this is one that made the top 3 in 5 out of 7. Comes in off of back-to-back wins.
Threes were good ones too. I mean, raced fantastic in each of them at Mohawk Park, both in non-winners races, non-winners of 1, then non-winners of 2. Big time favorite the one time, then 7-1 last time out. Was racing pretty well also at the gold level. Constellation finished 3rd to Shutter Green, and before that was 3rd to Galen Urso. So certainly not out of the mix against this group, and getting overlooked in the odds board right now at 7-1. I just think you never really want to ignore a horse that's won 2 in a row. He should be brimming with confidence right now, and the price is certainly right on the 2 wearing the green.
So on the outside, 25-1 on Sound and Vision. Man, that's a nice value because Sound and Vision is not without a solid hope. In fact, did win a gold July the 25th.
I think he's got solid claims in here, and I put him in the 4th spot for one reason, and you know what that is. It's post 7. But the thing is about Sound and Vision is I almost just want to throw out his latest because at the end of the day, he was the odds-on favorite and the balanced image and just never really fired. I mean, he ended up being on the inside. He made a 3-wide move. Didn't really come forward all that much on the end of it. The winner of the race was a stablemate. Before that, though, rock solid winner in the elimination for that, and he does have a gold win to his credit. So I don't know why he's getting overlooked this much on the odds board. It's probably just because of his latest effort, but I think he's in with a chance in here, and 25-1 to me is outrageous. So betting 1 to win in here, even though he's my 4th pick, he'll be one that I'll definitely throw a few dollars on if he's anything about 15-1.
Well, I do love that you took that shot on 1 at a price. I am surprised that you did not Look at Me Amico at all. And look, that's one that has a look at things, but you know, you can see that 6th place, 5th last time out, but it was post 10.
The horse. I mean, it's not that I don't like the horse at all. I mean, for me, I think he's in with a chance here, but I mean, you can't pick them all, right? So he missed the cut of my top 4, but at the end of the day, races for solid connections and is one that can obviously make some noise against this group with the right kind of trip. And you're right, 2 post 10s in his last 3, even from post 6, he should much prefer that starting spot here at the River.
Well, it is a field of 7 for race number 4. OSS Gold, 2-year-old trotting colts and geldings. Man Force wearing the green on the inside. You got it, Kemp. Rising interest in Call Me Parker to the outside. Look at Me Amigo. And Sound and Vision. It's a field of 7 for race number 4. They're nearing the start. Field for the 4th race is at the start and the rough, and You Got It Kemp is going to leave with Call Me Parker. Wearing the green is 3rd away. Then it is Look at Me Go Amigo, and Man Force 5th to the inside. Rising interest in Sound and Vision is trailing, and wearing the green is off stride and taken down to the inside. You Got It Kemp, 3-5 of the boards, got the front. Look at Me Go Amigo is going on the outside and is brushing up and trying to clear to the front now. It's Look at Me Go Amigo, 7-2 on the board, is going to clear to the front of her. You Got It Kemp as they roll their way on up towards us, and then Call Me Parker is racing 3rd. Man Force is 4th. Rising Interest 5th. And Sound and Vision is racing 6th as they work their way on up towards the half. And The opening quarter was 28 seconds, and on top is Look at Me Go Amigo, with You Got It Camp racing position to second. And now to the outside, Man Force is on the move, and Man Force has come on and taken over second. And Man Force is challenging Look at Me Go Amigo. Those two ride together now. You Got It Camp is racing inside third, Rising Interest fourth off that half of 57 and 2. They head on towards three quarters. Man Force trying to get the better of Look at Me Go Amigo. Rising Interest is rising up on the outside, and You Got It Camp is racing forth and reclaiming the lead. Look at Me Go Amigo reclaiming the front from Man Force. You Got It Camp is on the inside. Rising Interest is out wide now, and then it is back to Sound and Vision and Call Me Parker. Look at Me Go Amigo and Rising Interest, and then You Got It Camp is racing third and now coming on as they come on down the stretch drive. Look at Me Go Amigo, Rising Interest on the outside. And now splitting between those two is You Got It Camp. You Got It Camp has got the fourth race. Look at Me Go Amigo. And then it is Rising Interest and Call Me Parker, 1:56 and 3. Back in front of us, the winner of race 4. It's number 3, You Got It Camp. You Got It Camp. Driven to victory by Sylvain Fillion. Daniel Legacy is the trainer. The owners are Brady and Brooke and Dan Legacy. And the groom, Brooke Legacy. It's the third win for You Got It Camp in just 4 starts. Mile of 1:56 and 3. The fourth race payouts 3, You Got It Camp. 352, 42, 36. Look at Me Go Amigo, 350 and 310. And for rising interest, 750. $2 exact or 1110. Dollar try, 4610. Dollar super, 193.05.
Robert Reed Jr. here in the Winner's Circle. I'm joined by, and fittingly, right, on National Caretaker Appreciation Day here at Grand River, caretaker of You Got It Kemp, Brady Legacy. And, first of all, Brady, let's talk about, You Got It Kemp. Been racing fantastic this season, obviously, through 3 starts coming into this, has kind of emerged as a dominant force in the division, but then missed some time after a scratch due to sickness.
Yeah, we were hoping to go to the Wellwood, and kind of 2 days before the race, he just started coughing. So we checked him out, scoped him, and he just was full of mucus. So we decided to just scratch him and get him healthy for today.
And the qualifiers coming into this, I mean, 2 qualifiers, which should be good and tight, but you also must kind of like to see 2-hole trip, kind of an easier journey this time out for him.
Yeah, and the 2-hole kit trip is his cup of tea as well. He loves to just get out and shoot late. So that's what we like. That's what he likes as well.
And, on this day, right, where we celebrate caretakers like yourself, let's talk about, what is it like day to day? I mean, you're here tonight at the races, but your days start much earlier than this.
Yeah, bright and early at 5:45 every morning. Go to the barn, put him on the walker, and get him jogged throughout the day, and try to get him some relaxation at the end of the day.
And who is your favorite horse? Is it this one?
He's becoming the favorite horse, yeah.
And you've been trying to make your way now as a driver as well, right? So you're a caretaker, but you're also now making your way as a driver. You got your first win kind of early on. And let's talk about that experience, and trying to break in as a driver.
It's good. It's a tough to break in as a driver. You got to have power to look good as well, or you got to get your own to make yourself look good. So it's tough, but we're working on it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for all that you do as a caretaker in this sport. Without you guys, obviously, this sport wouldn't exist, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much, Robert.
All right, we got Brady Legacy, caretaker of You Got It Kemp, winner of an OSS Gold Tight here at Grand River.
fourth race order of finish from the top down, 6713425. That's 6713425 at the bottom. Field on post parade for race number 5. Fillies and mares on the pace, and 1 is Arden Gracie. Tom Smith for Daryl Holmes and Gerald Holmes. And Daryl Holmes is also the groom. Number 2 is Feel It in Your Hands. Austin Sorry for Mark Winnicott and Gates Hebert. And the groom is Angie Corby. Number 3 is Cabot Tower, Anthony Hunt for Ken Oliver and Milton Young. And the groom is Laura Ireland. Number 4 is Milieu Fromage, Jay Harris for Harry Martin. And Laurie Martin's the groom. 5 is Cozy Up, Travis Henberg for John Kennedy and Rick Ryer. John Kennedy is the groom. Number 6, Lady Get Lucky, Doug McNair for Chris Matthews and Todd Williams. Chris Matthews, the groom. Number 7, Steady As We Go. Garrett Rooney for Brittany Kennedy and Money Clip Racing and Sean Buston. Brittany Kennedy, the groom. And number 8 is Treasures Watching. Andre Guy drives and trains and grooms for owner Don Lesheed. Field of 8, race number 5. We only got fillies and mares on a condition pace. Full field, well, a field of 8 featuring the Super High 5. Let's get a look at this field. And Rob, we both, along with the fans, think that Lady Get Lucky and Doug McNair, and Doug's looking for a 3rd win already on the evening as we're just at the midway point of the racing program.
Yeah, just another day at the office here at Grand River for Doug McNair, right? I mean, he has tremendous success here, and Lady Get Lucky, I couldn't go against her, Gary. I mean, 2 starts ago, we saw her put in a good effort to be 3rd to Duchesne and was first over in that mile before not getting beat all that much, and that was in the class above this. Since then, took on tougher at Mohawk Park, and now comes back here to the river with Doug aboard this time around, and no surprise that we're seeing odds on her right now. I made her my spot play of the night, singled her up everywhere in the multi-legs. Been, kind of chalky so far, so we're not seeing those big payouts that we're used to here at the river and those pick 4s and pick 5s, but I do think that Lady Get Lucky is going to be very difficult to beat here. She's versatile too. I wouldn't be surprised to see her maybe a little closer to the pace this time around, but I do think she's the clear one to beat, and 4 to 5 I think is about the ceiling we're going to see in her price.
Yeah, and if you're going to have a 4 to 5 horse or something close to that on top, then you better get some other horses on a ticket. Number 4, Milieu Fromage. Jay Harris picks up the catch drive. One that raced pretty well at Clinton last race from off the pace.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to do that too at Clinton, right? Now, it came home in 30 and 2, but still made up ground to be 3rd. Third quarter was 27 and 4, 65 to 1, 3rd to Mr. Cheeseman. So obviously facing male competition on both of her last 2 at Clinton and at Hanover. And we saw some good things from Milieu Fromage here at the river, and it was a winner against similar company, I'd say, at George and Downs, August the 4th. So I think we're going to likely see her maybe get more forwardly placed this time around. I mean, she's had post 7 in each of her last 2 over those half-mile surfaces, and now post 4 here at the river. I think we'll see her get put into play, and I like her chances underneath, but that's not really all that crash hot right now with her price being 3 to 1. That'd be favorite.
Number 2, Feel It in Your Hands. The overall body of work this year, not great, but a good start here 3 races ago, and since then, the last couple, not great.
No, but I think if you go by that form reference we saw 3 starts ago here, then maybe we can see her kind of do better things and land on the ticket tonight. Now she's taking support to 9 to 1 right now, but this is first start now. Mark Winnicott is the trainer, and we've seen Gaytown Hebert kind of try out other trainers with this horse in the past, and she's kind of responded at times. Now, again, she'd have to kind of find what she had 3 starts ago to have any chance in here. Last time out, really not her best effort by any stretch of the imagination, and before that got beat by a wide margin at Mohawk Park, but granted against tougher. So I'm just thinking we might see a little more from her tonight. She gets an inside draw, and with the right kind of trip, I think she can be in contention anyways underneath and maybe land on that exacta or try.
I don't know what to do with number 3, Cabot Tower, because was second beaten ahead here July the 26th in a class much tougher than this one. Dropped down to this class last race and was just okay, but I expected better.
Yeah, it's interesting because Cabot Towers kind of had that kind of a year, right? We've seen her kind of raise her game against tougher horses when she gets good trips too, right? I mean, she's had that one trip where she's had an inside journey and then came up late for the victory at a big price, and she's had some nice seconds and thirds as well. But the thing is that a little bit camera shy. I think this group might be a little bit snug for her, but I don't think she's out of it in the high 5. So 10 to 1 on the board right now. I think one you have to use somewhere underneath.
And a quick thought on Cozy Up. I threw that one onto my high 5 ticket that's still alive because it's all chalky.
Yeah, we've been chasing this one so many times this season. 2 for 27, but she's got those 12 on the board finishes, so you can't leave her out of the exotics. But I just couldn't put her too far up there because she's disappointed me a few times, and I think this is a tougher group than what she's been facing.
Well, she got on your list by the sounds of it. It's a field of 8. Ardine Gracie, Feel It in Your Hands. Cabot Tower on the inside. Milieu Fromage and Cozy Up. And to the outside, Lady Get Lucky. Steady As We Go and Treasures Watching. It's a field of 8 for race number 5. Field for the 5th race. Approaching the start. And the field for race number 5 is at the start. And they're off and getting out well. Cozy Up is going to stride out quickest of all, leaving with Amelia Fromage. And then to the outside, Lady Get Lucky. Feel It in Your Hands, Ardine Gracie and Cabot Tower. And then for the back to trailing pair, Steady As We Go and Treasures Watching. Amelia Fromage has got the lead. Cozy Up is now going to cozy on into the pocket position. And that leaves Lady Get Lucky on the outside driving up and wanting to come on and try to clear the front. Lady Get Lucky and Doug McNair. 27-second opening quarter. Lady Get Lucky is going to come on and take the lead. Amelia Fromage is second. Then Cozy Up is racing third. Ardine Gracie. Then Feel It in Your Hands and Cabot Tower. Steady As We Go and Treasures Watching up a 27-second opening quarter. They're all in a line right now with Lady Get Lucky and Doug McNair on the lead. Amelia Fromage is right there second. Cozy Up 3 lengths off the lead inside third. Now popping to the outside. Feel It in Your Hands. Feel It in Your Hands is going to get the cover of Cozy Up, who took out from third and is moved up now and is striding on the outside to take over second. Amelia Fromage is third. Feel It in Your Hands is fourth. Half 55 and 3. Ardine Gracie is fifth. Then Cabot Tower is back there racing sixth. And then Treasures Watching and Steady As We Go. Lady Get Lucky 2 to 5 on the board for Doug McNair. But on the outside, it is Cozy Up, who's now gotten a little bit closer. Cozy Up is only about a length off the lead. Amelia Fromage is racing third. And fourth is Feel It in Your Hands. Then it is Ardine Gracie and Cabot Tower. Steady As We Go and Treasures Watching. The field turns for home. Lady Get Lucky and Doug McNair is sharp on the lead. Lady Get Lucky coming onto the finish is going to take this one. Second will be Amelia Fromage. Feel It in Your Hands. And then staying for fourth was Cozy Up. 153 and 4. Lady Get Lucky. The driving hat trick for Doug McNair. On the board, it's a 6-4-2-5-7. Back in front of us is number 6, Lady Get Lucky. 4-year-old He's Watching Brown Mare, owned by Todd Williams, and one posse, 2 Steves and 3 brothers stable. Chris Matthews is the trainer and the groom. Doug McNair is the winning driver. First win of the year for Lady Get Lucky, and the 4th lifetime. 153 and 4. The fifth race payout 6. Lady Get Lucky 290, 210, 210 for Milieu Fromage 270, 230 and 2 Feel It in Your Hands 430. Dollar win 4,980. Dollar high five 420.85. 20-cent high five is 84.17. The $2 exactor 5.80. Dollar try 23.05. The dollar pick 3 $6.40.
Robert Reed Jr. here in the winner's circle, joined by caretaker Bill Windsor, who's the caretaker of Foxy Amy, who was the winner of race number 3 in OSS Gold Division this evening. And Bill, we were talking a little bit about Foxy Amy off camera, and you've been with her from the get-go.
Yeah, I went and picked her up sale day, and she's been a sweetheart ever since. Like, she aims to please. She's got a lot of talent, and she's just a very nice horse to be around.
And it's got to be really rewarding, right? I mean, obviously, a caretaker of any horse that wins a race, but when you're there from the very beginning, and now you get to see her having this kind of success on the racetrack, especially in the Ontario program, it's got to feel good.
Yeah, it's feels very good, especially when you buy them as babies and you take them from there to this. It's very satisfying when they hit the gate for the first time.
And how many horses are you looking after right now?
We got 7 in the barn right now, and hopefully we got another couple ones like her.
Well, make sure you share me with the names of those ones that are coming up. But no, but the day-to-day, right? I mean, a lot of people don't understand the work that goes into it. I mean, there's obviously the trainer part of it every day, but the caretakers spend the most time with the horses. What does kind of a day in the life of a caretaker look like?
Usually very early morning and very late nights. Personally, myself, I get up at 4:30, quarter to 5 every morning, and work till 12:30, 1 o'clock, or whatever time we have to. Then go and race, and there's nights that you don't get home till 1:30 in the morning, and then you're back up at 4:30, quarter to 5 the next day to do it all over again.
But you love it, right?
Oh yes, I've been doing this for a lot of years, more than I want to say, and it's a game that you have to be passionate about. If you don't have the passion for the horses, then don't do it. That's the bottom line.
Absolutely. And you know, one last question. You get to work for a Hall of Famer, Paul McDonnell. What's that like?
Paul is a very classy guy. He is going to be my last gig in this game. When Paul shuts it down, I'm shutting it down. He's just a class act. Like, I've worked for a lot of people in the backstretch, and Paul's probably the best guy that I've ever worked for. If not, he's in the top 2.
Amazing stuff. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Bill.
You're more than welcome.
Wishing you the best of luck going forward.
Thank you very much.
Bill Windsor, winning caretaker of Foxy Amy from race number 3.
The fifth race order finished in the top, 638-24157. That's 638-24157 on the bottom.
Just a minute away until race number 6 here at the River. It is the start of our late pick 4. Again, just 9 dashes tonight, so there is no late pick 5, but the late pick 4 starts right here in race number 6. One more OSS Gold event for 2-year-olds, and I'm going 3 deep with the 1, 2, and 6. Going to try to get a price down here, I thought, with maybe the 1 or 2, but Baden taking all the support right now on the board at 2 to 5. We're going 3 deep, though, 1, 2, and 6. And race number 7, just the 2, Axel Bovino, best bet of the night. I thought raced really well to be second to Mr. Commodore last time. Likely needed the start, and now from post 2 again tonight, I think will be tough to catch in race number 7. Race number 8, 2 deep with the 1 and 6, I'm a Captain, and Deuce Hanover. Deuce Hanover was a strong winner last time out here at the River. I'm a Captain is one that was racing against tougher last time, was competitive in this class in the past, and I think can do good things tonight from the pole position. And then in the finale, there's some horses that are going to take a lot of support in there, but we're going to spread out, and I'm going to try to get Chesterman down as my top choice from post 8. Last time, no chance the way the race unfolded. This time out might make his move sooner in the mile, but we're going 6 deep. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 8 in that one. $7.20 for a 20-cent ticket, and again, hoping to skate through the first 3 legs and then get a price down in the money leg, race number 9. But just a minute or so till be coming onto the track for race number 6. Again, it is our final OSS Gold for 2-year-old trotters here at the River. We'll come back after the post for a take a closer look at the upcoming dash.
Field for race number 6 on parade. 1 is Baden, Tyler Jones for Duncan Brewer and Randall Urquhart and Steve Deedy. And the groom is Michelle Brennan. Number 2 is Lily Lace, Bob McClure for Mark Etzel and Dr. John McKnight and Robert Newton and Peter Porter. Rihanna Andrews is the groom. Number 3 is Spirit Seals to Tyler Borth for Greg McNair and Elite Equine. And Tyler also shares in ownership, and the groom is Nancy O'Hagan. Number 4, Exquisite Taste, Louis Waugh for Eric Nadeau. And CSL Stable, and Eric Nadeau is also grooming. Number 5 is Little Sweet, Doug McNair for Dave Maneri and Eric Good. And the groom is Leanne Silverthorne. Number 6, Medley Sealster, Jody Jameson for Blake McIntosh and Glenn Dyke and Chantel Vincent grooming. Field of 6, race 6, 2-year-old trotting fillies, OSS Gold. Let's get a look at this field, and, well, we'll see if the chalk continues. Robert, it's been a run of favorites getting the job done, and Medley Sealster, we both have this one on top, even money on the board.
Yeah, it's been a chalk parade so far, hasn't it, Gary? And we don't, necessarily, like to see that too much. But hey, listen, that means that the favorite players are happy, and and hopefully can continue to fire throughout the card. But Medley Sealster was one I couldn't really go against on top. Just think she's got a class edge over her rivals here. I mean, she made the final the peaceful way. Didn't get a piece of that one. She ended up finishing 7th, but I think that her record at the gold level is certainly one that merits respect. And even in that midseason final, a good third to Mona Lishi. So I think that Medley Sealster is the one to beat, but I don't know if I would take 6-5 on anyone in this field. I kind of thought it was more evenly matched than it looked on paper. But one of the price horses that I liked is actually taking a lot of support right now.
And look, at least I do like the fact that your second choice right now is the longest shot on the board. Lily Lace at 17-1.
Yeah, this is a horse that I jumped on in the Horse Player's Journal in her lifetime debut, and she was a winner. I mean, she went to the lead, middle stages, and nothing too flashy about the victory, 57-3, converted at even money. But I just think there might be something more there. I mean, it's a 6-horse field here, so I mean, what's the worst she gets away in this field? But I think we might see her kind of get put into play, at least at maybe a favorable journey somewhere close up, and maybe if she's in striking range, she can go with these. So I just think that this is a race where maybe you want to take a flyer, and why not go to the longest shot on the board somewhere anyways. So Lily Lace, click down to 10-1. Looks pretty good on the track right now, and I think is in with a chance.
What do we make of Baden? Because this is actually one that was good in the Golds back in July, and then things haven't been quite as good. Of course, you see the X's on the dance card.
And the X here, right, at Grand River, August 14th. And we actually kind of went against her on that occasion because she came here off a break. She had to work from the pole position, which is never really the greatest spot for horses, not that sure-footed. And she gets that spot again, but there's a key thing that's changed since that effort, and that's the addition of trotting hopples, right? She wore them in a qualifier August the 23rd. Mission accomplished. She was a good 4th in that one, and then she came back to finish 4th in non-winners of 2 at Mohawk Park. And likely, the main priority in that race was to get a flat line to her credit. So again, that early support for her where she was the favorite early on in the betting, I mean, to me, that was an overreaction, but I do think she's one that you can certainly look at as more of a value player. If that price creeps up higher than 7-2, then I might get a little more intrigued to get behind her, but I do expect her to be better this time around, and if she minds her manners, she can be right there at the wire.
Maybe Spirit Sealster got things turned back around with that win in a maiden class August the 20th. This is one that was good in a gold back early in July.
Yeah, and Sprite Sealster just scored down massive, by the way. Like it was a huge score down. I don't know if we were able to catch it. Obviously, we maybe just kind of in the camera pan on another horse, but there was a big score down from this filly, trained by Greg McNair. Now Tyler Borth owns part of her, and last time out, I thought obviously it was a nice victory in non-winners of 1 before that. She kind of was at the disadvantage by getting away 7th and 8th in her last 2 tries at the gold level, but was a good second to Baden in her lifetime debut. So with the score down, I'm thinking obviously the game plan's got to be go forward off the switch, and we've certainly got respect for the barn of Greg McNair. So maybe making an adjustment here and going to her at 6-1 is not the worst idea in the world because, again, she looked fantastic on the track, and I think she means business tonight.
Sprite Sealster, thanks for the help. And you can tell Megan that I actually enjoy the help. Number 5, Lil Sweet, Doug McNair for Dave Maneri. And look, Lil Sweet is my second choice in here, but you weren't sweet on this one.
No, and it's nothing against her. Like I said, I think this is a very equally matched field. So she just kind of misses out on the top 4 just by the case that I think it's a pretty competitive bunch. And 4 on the board finishes and 7 tries so far in her career, and she's done it at the top level of the Ontario program. She's got a 3rd, she's got a couple 4ths, and last time out rebounded from a break and strut in the balanced image. Now, I don't want to read too much into the fact that she made a break over the half-mile surface at Hanover. Maybe she doesn't like the tighter turns because that was over a track that was 3 seconds off. So it's not really that for me. It's just that I thought there was some other options in here, and she just kind of got left out. But she's 5-2 right now. I mean, I thought that she might get overbet. I'd say that's about the right price on her, in with a chance. But again, I'm going to try someone else.
And Rob, I didn't mind the driver on Lil Sweet.
No, you can't ever mind the driver on Little Sweet. I mean, Doug McNair means business when he comes here to the river. He loves to win everywhere, and certainly I think she'll be put in the right spot.
It's a field of 6 for race number 6. OSS Gold 2-year-old trotting fillies. Baden. Lily Lace on the inside. Sprite Sealster, exquisite taste in the center. To the outside, Lil Sweet, Medley Sealster, field of 6, race number 6. And the field for the 6th race. Moving into position. Field for the 6th race is at the start of the rough, and Lil Sweet, first one to drive out. Exquisite Taste and Medley Sealster. Then Sprite Sealster on the inside. Then it is back to Baden and Lily Lace. Lil Sweet 8-5 boards got the lead. Exquisite Taste is second. Medley Sealster continues to drive on the outside for Jody Jamison. Medley Sealster now is going to try to drive on and clear to the front. Medley Sealster and Double J is sweeping up and taking the lead. Lil Sweet. Doug McNair is racing second. And then third in line, Exquisite Taste and Louis Bois, 28-second opening quarter. As the field races on past his, Sprite Sealster is fourth in line. Then it is Baden and Lily Lace, and the field heads on up towards the half of a 28-second opening quarter. Medley Sealster leads 5 rivals up to the half with an advantage of a length and a half over Lil Sweet. Exquisite Taste is third. Sprite Sealster to the outside is first up, racing fourth, and then Baden and Lily Lace, and halftime 57-3. Medley Sealster leads at 8-5 on the board over Lil Sweet, who's also 8-5. Sprite Sealster on the outside is third and is currently about 2 1/4 off the front. And then it is Exquisite Taste and Baden and Lily Lace is trailing. Medley Sealster and Double J with a lead right now of a length and 3/4, and they roll on up to 3/4, 126-4. Medley Sealster, Sprite Sealster, Lil Sweet, Baden, Exquisite Taste, and Lily Lace in the field is about to turn for home. Medley Sealster as they come on down the stretch drive. Medley Sealster, Lil Sweet wants to try it up the passing lane. Medley Sealster continues on gamely to the finish. Medley Sealster is going to win. Lil Sweet was second. Sprite Sealster and Exquisite Taste 156-3. Medley Sealster. Back in front of us, the winner of race number 6. OSS Gold 2-year-old trotting fillies. It's number 6, Medley Sealster. The groom is Chantal Vincent. Medley Sealster is a 2-year-old wheeling and dealing bay filly owned by Glenn Dyke. Blake McIntosh, the trainer. Jody Jamison, winning driver. Third win for Medley Sealster. New track record for Grand River Raceway 2-year-old trotting filly. Mile of 156-3. Sixth race payout, 6 Medley Silster, 530, 310, 240. 5 Little Sweet, 290, 273. Sprite Silster, $3, $2 exactor, $13.20. Try, $29.75. Superfecta, $61.85.
Here in the winner's circle with the winning driver, Jody Jamieson aboard Medley Seals for our final OSS Gold division of the night. Jody, I just mentioned, 2 for 2 on this horse. Both in the goals must be the hands, right?
Well, that's what I think too. I mean, you brought it up. I'm just agreeing.
Don't want to get yourself in trouble, but that's okay. So Medley Seals are there. I mean, you kind of kept on driving to the lead in the early stages. I mean, this 5/8 mile surface has really allowed drivers to kind of use, tactical moves and delayed leaves and stuff like that. What do you like? What do you like about driving here at the new surface?
Well, I like everything about it, to be honest. These turns are lightning fast turns. I think you see it with all the trips now. These 2-year-olds coming over here, winning in 51, qualifying in 49. I think I hear people rumbling, talking about the track, but I said, the guy that built the track, his integrity is so firmly intact, and I think this is just a well-built track. And like you say, the horses in Ontario now are coming around each and every year. They're getting stronger, but we talked about it early on when we first started racing here in the new 5/8 mile track, that it had to take a few nights or a few races to actually figure out how to drive on this track. And all the guys have by now, and you're just about having the best horse like it usually is. But you're right. There's a lot of different things you can do on this track as opposed to the old track.
Absolutely, and I mean that's going to really help bring a lot of the babies over here, right? Like next year, Battle of Waterloo, Battle of Bells. I'm sure people are going to be more inclined to bring their good 2-year-olds here.
Oh, without question. I don't think I think I was guilty of it a couple times early in the season that I thought, wow, I don't want to go to Grand River just yet. And then I thought, oh, it's a 5/8 mile track. So I think people are getting the hang of it now and realize that we have a great 5/8 mile track, probably the best 5/8 mile track in North America right here now at Grand River, and it's 3 months old.
Oh, that's great to hear. Now, talking about bringing a young one here now, first time over the smaller track for Medley Sealster, do you kind of feel it out, scoring down, or you just kind of know based on the gate of the big track how they're going to take to it?
Really, it's just horse to horse. I don't think it has much to do with the track. Obviously, it's a 5/8 mile track, and there's only 3 turns as opposed to 4. But like before, but I mean, my filly is really professional. She's getting better each and every start. She's shown talent right off the get-go, and tonight was no different.
And on the top of the OSS, I got to say, one of the biggest performances I've seen on this track, 5/8 half anything, was Paquette and the victory in his gold here. Quick thought on him and where we're going to see him next.
He'll be in the Canadian Trotting Classic eliminations next Saturday at Mohawk, provided I remember to enter him. So I'm going to actually enter him on the way home, to be honest. So he'll be entered. But touch wood, he's staying sound. He's had issues as a 2-year-old and earlier this year. But touch wood somewhere. He's staying good, and sky's the limit so far, Robbie.
All right, thanks, Jody. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thanks a lot.
Jody Jamieson, winning driver, Medley Sealster in race number 6. All right, folks, we just had Jody Jameson draw a couple of lucky winners of 2 sets of wine glasses for the OSS 50th anniversary celebration. So our 2 winners are Ruth Huxon and Mike Orpin. So Mike Orpin and Ruth Huxon as drawn by winning driver Jody Jameson.
Sixth race, where we finish from the top, 5, 6, 3, 4, 2, 1. That is 5, 6, 3, 4, 2, 1 on the bottom. Field for the 7th on Parade 1, no gas. Eddie Austin, sorry, for Vern Cochran and James Belanger and Edward Gork. And the groom is Christiane Wattham. Number 2, Alex Bofino, Jay Harris for Lace McCabe and Glenview Livestock. And the groom is Nick Wilson. Number 3 is Redland Wrangler, Paul McKenzie for Stephen Charlton, who trains and owns along with Kathleen Charlton and also is the groom. Number 4 is Bob Cajun, Brent McDonough for William Hofacker. Groom is Ken Skinner. 5 is Long Shot Panic, Jody Jameson for Wayne Smith. And Wayne is the trainer and owner and groom. Number 6, Minotaur, Travis Embry for Sean Stacy and Hudson Stanibres and Catherine Stacy and Landmark 16 Racing. and Kerry LeCain grooming. 7 is Get in Line. Anthony Hahn for Ben Wallace and Wallace Standardbreds and Dean Lockhart and Dave Reed and Jeffrey Ruck. Groom is Diana Woods. 8 is Scratch and 9 is He's Still Watching. Scott Culliver, Lyle MacArthur, and Linda Wellett, and also Tammy Aspen. And the groom, Brad Aspen, also grooming. It's a field of 8 for race number 7. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, Rob, now Alex Bovino has become the favorite. And so I'll hand it to you to Alex Bovino. Are we going to get it 7 consecutive favorites to win here?
Well, I mean, I think there's a good chance of it. I mean, I made this horse my best bet of the night. I think they might vie for favoritism still between him and Minotaur, but I do think that Alex Bovino deserves to be the favorite. Axel Bovino deserves to be the favorite because last time out, we were both on him. We thought that he might be a slam dunk on that occasion, making his return to the races, but you can't really fault him for finishing second to Mr. Commodore. He was well meant in there. Big mile, 54-1. He went 54-3, and obviously probably needed to get that one under his belt. Now, he did qualify large here in 56-1, beating a field by as much as he pleased before that, but obviously that's not racing, and now with that effort under his belt, we can expect to probably see an even better version of Axel Bovino. So, again, I couldn't go against him. It's my best bet of the night, 6-5. We might see 7-for-7 favoritism.
Number 6, Minotaur. One of these days, Minotaur is going to win. Keeps finding a way to finish second. 6 runner-up finishes in 14 starts. Nothing wrong with the way he's racing. He's going to break through soon. Yeah,
it's got to be on the horizon, right? Because he's been so close in recent efforts. I mean, he's got 3 seconds in his last 4, and 2 of those were by a neck or less. 8 on the board finishes in 14 tries this season. Now he's 0 for 16 in his career. Obviously, it's easy to knock him with that stat, and one like Axel Bovino has only had 3 starts, and like I said, I thought that he likely would have been a winner May 3rd at Mohawk Park if not getting fumbly late in the mile. So again, Minotaur is one that you have to respect his chances in here. But again, right now we're looking at 2-1 and 3-5. So now actually Minotaur goes to 3-5 favoritism. Nothing too fun about having those 2 favorites 1-2, Gary. So we're going to have to try to actually split them with some better value.
Sometimes when you finally end a run of favorites, you end it with one that's a bit of a price. I could make an argument for Bob Cajun in here off of that last start.
Yeah, Bob Cajun is one that I thought we'd see maybe him kind of turn it around earlier in the season, but you've got to, again, take notice of it, right? We've always said it. When you see a horse kind of come up with a bigger effort, then they might just kind of turn it around and step up with an even better one next time out. Now, 2 starts ago, he took all kinds of support to the tune of 7-2, and I thought was racing pretty well before making that miscue in the stretch. And I wasn't going to win that race, but I thought was making a good account of himself. Then last time out, got away 8th off the gate from the trailing post and raced a respectable 3rd. So he's one that I think is likely sitting on a win as well. I kind of thought earlier in the year he looked good in several efforts, and 11-1 right now. I mean, there's nothing wrong with taking a shot for value. I mean, 7 favorites in a row. I mean, has it happened? Can it happen? Absolutely it can. But like you said, if you're going to get him beat, you might as well get him beat with a bang, and Bob Cage can help do that.
Number 5, Long Shot Panic, 16-1. Jody Jamieson picks up the catch drive, and, one that probably needed that last start.
He likely did. He hadn't raced in quite some time before that, right over 2 months anyways. And this is now going to be second start for Wayne Smith, and you get Jody aboard this time. Now, he obviously knows this horse well. He qualified him right here at the River August 21st. So he's one that I'm a little bit intrigued by, even for maybe a flyer on a win ticket. 16-1 on the board right now. I thought he raced well to be 3rd last time. He's going to have to really raise his game to go over the likes of Axel Bovino and Minotaur. So for me, more so a play in the try and super.
And one more to squeeze in, because I think we might have an issue with Long Shot Panic heading back. But number 1, No Gas Eddie.
No Gas Eddie's interesting for me. Last time out, disappointed as the favorite. Georgian Downs went to the lead from the pole position, ended up fading back to 3rd at odds on status. And he's hit the board in 3 of his last 4. But I guess I watched that race back a few times, and you get the second quarter breather and really had things his own way. Wasn't able to close it out. Now, we know that surface at times has been, near the end of the meet has not been all that favorable to the front end speed. So maybe that's the angle with him. Maybe he can kind of now finish off a little stronger this time out here at the River. And we've seen horses kind of do better on the engine and finishing their miles out. Raz and Jazz comes to mind. Was having trouble finishing her miles there, and then came here and she was good to go. So I think the price is right on No Gas Eddie. He didn't make my top four because I thought he'd actually take more support, but 6-1, not a bad number at all.
That was great that you pulled the Raz and Jazz off the top of your head, because that was the best example of that one that had stopped a couple of times up there on the lead and dropped off the lead to finish fourth and fifth, and then wired a field and looked sharp here doing it. I want to get just a quick thought on Get in Line, because you see these races, all of them at Mohawk, of course. You write the Players Journal, and Get in Line is one that shows 54-1 2 starts ago, and trainer Ben Wallace, a lot of success in the past. Get in Line, maybe one that you could maybe take a flyer or at least look at here.
Yeah, I think Get in Line is kind of when I looked at this race top to bottom, I watched those replays back, kind of thinking that, okay, well, this is one that maybe we can get down at a big number, and I'll be honest, didn't expect Get in Line to be 50-1. That's a pretty large number on the board on that one. Who's making that transition from Mohawk Park now? Really, I mean, for me, that I didn't see something that made me say, wow, I got to bet this horse. But we've seen horses that make this transition off similar lines, Gary, and they just take to the competition and the surface here at the river. So Get in Line, I mean, I don't know if maybe it has a chance at the win end this time around, but one that you can certainly use to kind of spice up the exotics underneath. And I mean, you can never go wrong putting a couple bucks on a 50-1 shot that you don't really know if they can be competitive in this group or not. I mean, we don't know what this horse's ceiling is. I mean, we've seen the horse get beat by a wide margin at Mohawk Park, but much different level of competition there.
Well, that would certainly break a streak of favorites if you had a 50-1 shot. Right now, the favorite is number 6, Minotaur, without a win in 16 starts, but his even money in the board's been knocking on the door. But both Rob and I are on Alex Bovino, who's the 8-5 second choice, taking up their positions. No Gassetti. And Axel Bovino with Redland Wrangler. In the center, Bob Cage and Longshot Panic. To the outside, Minotaur, Get in Line. And the second tier, He's Still Watching. The field for the 7th race, a field of 8. Field for race number 7 is at the start, and they're off, and it is Axel Bovino, Longshot Panic. No Gassetti's on the inside, racing third, as Axel Bovino is moving very well early and is 1-2 on the board. Then Longshot Panic is being shut out on the outside, and No Gassetti is filling the pocket, racing for his Minotaur. Then it is back to Redland Wrangler, and he's still watching. Then Bob Cajun and Get in Line is trailing the field. They race their way off the turn, heading up towards us, and it is Axel Bovino who's got the lead, 1-2 on the board, leads at a couple of lengths over No Gassetti. Longshot Panic is third, Minotaur to the outside, and Bob Cajun, and then Redland Wrangler, and he's still watching as the field races on around the turn, and Get in Line is trailing the field. They race their way on up to the half of a 27-1 opening quarter, half of 56-4. Axel Bovino, 1-2 on the board, leads, and Minotaur now is going to come to call, and No Gassetti on the inside is dropping back a little bit. Bob Cajun is moving up, and now splitting on through comes Longshot Panic, but moves up on the back of Minotaur. They're all in pursuit of Axel Bovino. Axel Bovino, Minotaur, No Gassetti, and then it is Bob Cajun, Longshot Panic, and then he's still watching well back Redland Wrangler, and Get in Line is at the end of the line, trailing the field. It's Axel Bovino who leads as the field is about to turn for home. Axel Bovino. Minotaur is threatening on the outside. No Gassetti on the inside, looking to fire up the passing lane. And now out wide, here comes Longshot Panic as they come to the finish. Minotaur, Longshot Panic. Minotaur is going to win. Longshot Panic was second. He's still watching third. And then it's between Bob Cajun and No Gassetti, 155-4.
having his tongue stick out. I didn't even notice that.
Back in front of us is number 6 Minotaur, 3-year-old Better's Delight Bay Colt, owned by Hudson Stanibres and Catherine Stacy in Landmark 16 Racing. Sean Stacy, the trainer, Travis Henry, the winning driver. The groom is Kerry LeCain. First win for Minotaur. Mile of 155 and 4. Seventh race payout, 6 Minotaur, 780, 390, 250. 5, a long shot panic, 21.99.49. He's still watching, $13. $2 exactor, 83.50. Dollar try, 763.50. Dollar super, 3,452.70.
Robert Reed Jr. here in the winner's circle with Chris Matthews, and it's a busy night for you, Chris. You're caretaker and assistant trainer for trainer Greg McNair. As well, you had your own racing tonight. You got 2 victories, right, with Greg, and then your own one as well on race number 5, Lady Get Lucky. Also a spot play for myself tonight. But just talk a little bit about, how busy that must be, right? So on a day like today, right, National Caretaker Appreciation Day, not only do you kind of care for them, firsthand, but you're also helping run a big operation like Greg McNair's.
Well, yeah, a lot of organization goes into it, and we've got some horses in at Mohawk, and we had 4 in tonight. So, the grooms, they work hard, and they're very dedicated to their horses and put a lot of work into it. And like I said, once we get things organized, they know where they have to go, and we have other assistant trainers, and everyone works together. And once you get things sort of sorted out, everything hopefully runs smooth, and then sometimes you get a lucky night like we did tonight.
Well, I think it's more than luck. But how many horses would you have right now?
Oh, we've probably got just right around 50, give or take a few. So, but majority of them are racing. We're going every night right now.
And I mean, you've got a big mix, right, of obviously babies, race horses, all kinds of, different, pacers and trotters. I mean, what is that like? I mean, do you kind of look at it and assign different people to, help out with the youngsters versus the race horses?
We try to. It doesn't always work out like that. Greg's got his hands full, so we try to ease it as much as we can. We sort of go over our list in the morning to figure out what stakes are coming up and what overnight races for the horses. And if they race well their last start, if they got to go to Grand River or go to, somewhere else to race for a start or two to get bravened up, or if we have some horses racing down in the States, and then you need papers. So, you got your hands full pretty much every day.
And how many years have you been doing it with Greg?
Oh, I think I've been stuck there over 20 years now. So.
And doing great things, right? And obviously an integral part of that operation. Not just an assistant trainer, a caretaker, also a driver. You got a win here just recently. People were marveling at that horse too, rose-colored glasses.
Yeah, I don't do that too often. Unfortunately, Greg said, get a start into her, and she's been a little tricky, and we just wanted to make sure everything was set up right for the big boys to go with her, and she worked out there the other night, and she raced well again at Mohawk. So.
All right, well, awesome. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you for everything that you do in the sport, and continued success.
Thank you.
Chris Matthews, assistant trainer, caretaker for Greg McNair, also a trainer and driver himself.
The 7th race, or finish from the top, 5, 6, 8, 4, 2, 1, 7, scratch 3. That's 5, 6, 8, 4, 2, 1, 7, scratch 3. Field for race number 8 is on post parade. 1 is I'm a Captain. Brett McDonald drives for Ashley Lenvoy and Gino Toscani, and the groom is Judd Whalen. Number 2, Zippin' and Rippin' Anthony Hunt for Blake McIntosh and Hunt Racing. Number 3 is Watch Your Mouth, Scott Culver, Harry Polton, and Anco Capital. 4 is Better Than Never. Mike Horner drives and trains for RAW Equine and Mark Horner. 5 is Magical Ian. Travis Henry for Sean Stacy and David Lumsden. Note that the groom on 5 Magical Ian is Annika Udvoshar, and The groom on 4, Better Than Never, is Paige Porter. And number 6, Deuce Hanover, Jay Harris for Sean Stacy and Dave McDonald, and A.K. Malik Stable and B.C. Reichelt Stable and Stephen Downey. And the groom is Scooter Gimlet. Also, I do need to mention that the groom on Zippin' and Rippin' is Rob Aliette, and the groom on Watch Your Mouth, Danielle Delamere. Rob, I missed a few grooms during the parade, so sorry if I bit into a little bit of your time here, but we want to make sure we recognize all the grooms, including Scooter Gimlet, the groom on Deuce Hanover. Let's look at this field, and look, we'll get right to Deuce Hanover. We'll see if Scooter has done a good job with this one to get this one ready for Jay Harris for trainer Sean Stacy.
Well, he already has done a good job, right? Good win last time, August the 30th, right here at the river. Was a strong winner, 26-3 to the quarter, and then had a healthy margin throughout before hanging on against Brightside Maceo. So odds on that time around. Can't really expect much more this time around. 1-5 on Deuce Hanover. Does have that outermost post in the contest, but it's only post 6, and we've seen horses be able to leave from that spot several times tonight and all across this meet. So I think tough to beat Deuce Hanover, but never fun to bet a 1-5 shot, Gary.
You know, if the horse wins, I think Scooter should have to drive that scooter down into our winner's circle. Why shouldn't we get the scooter?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, different job though, right? I mean, he's got to look after a horse.
Well, yeah. Get Scoot along beside the horse. Number 1, I'm a Captain, is the one that we think is the main second choice. 6-1 on the board right now.
Yeah, I think I'm a Captain's intriguing in here because last time out, can't fault him for that too much. I mean, hadn't raced in a couple of weeks, was facing tougher and non-winners at 2, and just kind of got away 8th off the gate, advanced a couple spots in the stretch at 52-1, and before that was 4th place 3rd against Timely Bet and All Bets on Red. Finished a show spot to that one too on August the 9th. So I just think getting back in a regular rotation, rail control, and strong connections, we might see this one maybe come with a big effort tonight. Maybe the one that can upset the favorite, Deuce Hanover. I just thought I'm a Captain, might be able to do better things getting back to this level. And again, when you got a 1-5 shot, you got to try to beat them. And 5-1 and I'm a Captain is probably the right alternative.
Others to look at in here. How about number 3, Watch Your Mouth? And this is one that, 3 races ago led a long way, tried to shut up this field, but 3 got by. Watch Your Mouth last time out was a nice 3rd.
I actually thought that Watch Your Mouth might go all the way on that occasion because we saw that one take a lot of support in that non-winners of 1 contest, had post 3, and I'm pretty sure it was the favorite through most of the betting before rising up to 7-2 come post time, and had 5 lengths on them on the last turn before fading back to 4th. Now since then, got away 4th for an inside trip to be 7th, and the last time out was a decent 3rd to Deuce Hanover, inside spot in that one as well. So again, I think Watch Your Mouth's in with a chance, but is going to have to work out a favorable journey, and for me the ceiling is likely the exacta or the trifecta.
Number 4, Better Than Never. Well, 1 win this year. Had 3 out of 9 last year as a 2-year-old, but been a little tougher here in the 3-year-old sledding, and this one sent up by Mike Horner, but was a winner here, so at least knows his way to the winner's circle right here at Grand River.
And it was a good win too, right? First over, gets up by a neck over Minotaur. We just saw that one win, so there's a form reference there. Now this is obviously tougher spot now. Non-winners at 15,000 life, kind of what he's been going up against in each of his last 2, and obviously 6th and 5th, and did go a long way in the lead 2 back before kind of getting tired in the late stages. I've always been fond of this horse. I obviously had more success at 2, but I think that Mike Horner will get this one going soon enough and might end up back in the winner's circle. Now 11-1's a nice price, but even with the short field, I think probably bottom end of the exotics, probably the best Better Than Never can do tonight.
Well, Rob, it's a field of 6. You might need a breather. You've been doing a lot of work running around this evening, and man, catch your breath, and I'll talk to you in a couple of minutes. It's a field of 6 for race number 8. I'm a Captain. Zip it and rip it on the inside. Watch Your Mouth, and Better Than Never in the center. The outside, Magical Ian, Deuce Hanover. Field of 6, race number 8. And the field for race number 8 is in the stretch drive, gathering speed, approaching the start. And the field is at the start of the rough, and Leaving out strongly right now is Magical Ian, and also driving his I'm a Captain. Watch Your Mouth is third. Now Deuce Hanover on the outside is still out 3 wide, and on the inside is Zippin' and Rippin'. And Better Than Never is back trailing the field. Magical Ian at 14-1 has got the lead, but here comes Deuce Hanover driving for Jay Harrison. Deuce Hanover 2-5 on the board, wants to come on now and try to clear to the front. They work their way past a quarter of 27-1. Deuce Hanover, Jay Harris takes the lead. Magical Ian now is going to be racing from the pocket, and I'm a Captain is third. Then it is Zippin' and Rippin' and Watch Your Mouth, and back to Better Than Never. Deuce Hanover, the heavy favorite, leads the charge up towards the half, and on the move on the outside is I'm a Captain. Now is only but a length off the front. Magical Ian is on the inside filling the pocket. Zippin' and Rippin' is racing for. Then it is Watch Your Mouth and Better Than Ever. Deuce Hanover 56-1 halftime. I'm a Captain. Those two are paired up, and now moving on the outside, Watch Your Mouth is coming on, and then it is Magical Ian racing in the pocket about a length and 3/4 off the lead. Front four tightly grouped, and fifth is Zippin' and Rippin'. And Better Than Never is sixth. Deuce Hanover for now is turned back. I'm a Captain. Might have to deal with Watch Your Mouth, who's out 3 wide. And on the inside, Magical Ian. And then it is Zippin' and Rippin' and Better Than Ever. But it is still Deuce Hanover who leads as they race their way to the top of the stretch. Gets a little bit of urging by Jay Harris, but Deuce Hanover has a lead of about a length and a half. I'm a Captain hasn't gone away, and Magical Ian's been getting a trip. On down the stretch drive, Deuce Hanover. On the inside, Magical Ian. To the outside, I'm a Captain. Deuce Hanover and Magical Ian. Deuce Hanover is going to win. Magical Ian second, I'm a Captain third, and Better Than Ever fourth. A mile of 1:54-4. Deuce Hanover on a night of favorites. Deuce Hanover lived up to that 2-5 billing, Robert.
I certainly did. I mean, we've seen a lot of favorites tonight, and even the one race where we didn't get the favorite, we still saw a short-priced winner. But Deuce Hanover converts, and I mean, there was no real panic in the early stages there. Kind of just stayed on the outside. We've seen horses do that so much here at the River. You know, let things settle before you kind of make that move to the lead. That's exactly what he did. And then right after he touched down to the front, we saw a big move from I'm a Captain. I mean, he went on the attack in the first over position, and there was no real breathers throughout that contest before hitting the wire in 54-4. So I thought I'm a Captain gave a decent go of it first over. I mean, he took a shot to kind of beat the favorite, but Deuce Hanover just too good for them, and that's a real strong effort, 2 in a row now.
Yeah, and it did look like for a moment that maybe Deuce Hanover was going to be in for a challenge, but I was surprised how much he still had left after they turned for home.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I thought maybe, getting swarmed on the turn there, the far turn, we might see him get a little bit tired late, but he did the same thing last time, had a healthy margin, and then it got a little bit tighter late in the mile, but I don't think there was really any urging in the late stages there. I think there was lots left, and it was a measured victory at odds of 2-5.
Well, at least the favorite wins, but the top two get split, so you get 14-1 Magical Ian with the trip.
Yeah, Magical Ian, that was a nice effort from that one. Last time out off the break, just kind of got away off the gate and stayed in a spot on the rail. This time out, blasted off the wings of the gate. I mean, that's a spot you want to be, right? You know that Deuce Hanover is going to look for the front at some point in the early stages, so usually there's a big dash for that two-hole, and that's exactly what he got, and then ends up finishing in that position.
It's a 6-5-1-4 top four, and coming back in front of us is number 6, Deuce Hanover. Deuce Hanover is a 3-year-old Better's Delight Bay colt owned by David McDonald at A.K. Malik Stable and B.C. Reicheld Stables in Stephen Downey. Sean Stacy, the trainer, Jay Harris, the winning driver, and the groom, Scooter Gimlet. Oh, he's all serious looking. Oh, there he is. Now he's smiling. Eighth race payout, 6 Deuce Hanover, 290, 250, 210. 5 Magical Ian, 740, 320, One, I'm a captain, 210, $2 exactor, 14.90. Dollar Tribe, 13.10, dollar super effective, 43.65. Eighth race. Order of finish from the top. 3, 5, 6, 4, 2, 1. That's 3, 5, 6, 4, 2, 1 on the bottom. Field for the ninth race on parade. 1 Wild Dog Holiday, Austin Soroy for Kyle Bossins and William Brown. 2 is Gandalf the Bay, Garrett Rooney for Paul Ritchie, and the groom is Paul Ritchie. And also note the groom on Wild Dog Holiday is Gillian Reeves. Number 3 is Southwind Infusion, Paul McKenzie for Ashley Lenvoy and Gino Toscani. The groom is Judd Whalen. 4 is All Bets on Red, Brett McDonald for Chris Haskell, who trains and owns and grooms. 5, Watching Sunset, Anthony Hunt for Craig Bars and Nurko Sokolovic, and the groom is Ralph Boyd. Number 6, Timely Bet, Jay Harris for Chantel Mitchell and Bill Elliott, and the groom is Hannah Cook. Number 7, Harborlet Ambrose, Andre Goy for Ralph Jardine. Caretaker is Billy Pendleton. Number 8 is Chesterman, Travis Henry for Anthony Beaton and Dominic Chiravelli and Teresa Davidson and Kentucky Farm. Kim Epoch, the groom. And 9 is Rusty's Bet, Scott Gold for Robert Kyle Fellows and Yolanda Fellows and Troy and Kimberly Mark. Jesse Horton is the groom. It's a field of 9. It's race 9. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, Rob, you're willing to go with post position 8. You got one at 10-1, and my top choice is 8-1. We're trying to move away from the favorite in this race. Thoughts on Chesterman?
Yeah, I was really fond of Chesterman here. When I looked at the entries, I kind of had that one circled already. If you remember, when he crossed the wire last time out, Gary, I said this one's going to go on the watch list because odds-on favorite got away 9th off the gate and was never really able to get into the race. Now, there was quick fractions up front, but we know it's been tough to close here. Now, he's probably going to get a similar trip tonight, but I just thought that, I love going on horses where you can take back value, and that's what Chesterman's going to give us tonight from post 8. 90 cents to the dollar last time out. Now you're getting 9-1, same class. Now, the horses, obviously, I would say this is probably a bit of a maybe tougher group pound for pound. He's facing 2 in here that he finished third to last time, but you've got some other ones that are some new faces that have chances. But I'm not going to go against a horse that I just think has every right to kind of step up after his latest effort, especially the kind of value he's providing right now.
My top choice, your second one, so we can't say that we're chalky here. Yours is 10-1, mine is 7-1. Wild Dog Holiday from the inside.
Yeah, I'm shocked at the price right now on Wild Dog Holiday. I'm not surprised with Chesterman because you post 8, and we know the trip might be the same thing, and he might end up just being a fast closing 3rd or 4th again. That's possible, but Wild Dog Holiday has the pole position, and he loves it here at the river. We know that. I mean, you go back and look at his lines there. He went up to now owners a 3, went a long way in the lead, only finished second to Bet the Beach Yankee, and before that, absolutely crushed horse and now owners a 2 at the class that he's racing in today. So I don't see any reason why he's not going to be looking to get towards the lead again, if not chop it out himself. And in the last couple of efforts, I mean, well, that's the Prospect Series. That's against some pretty tough competitors. I mean, Larjon Levi 2-back, Lamborghini Lou was in that race as well. And then last time Lamborghini Lou was a winner at Mohawk Park. So, yeah, I love what you're doing with Wild Dog Holiday. And I think the price on both those horses are bettable. And at 7-1, I'm shocked. I thought he'd be like 5-2 at most.
Gandalf the Bay is one that was 8-1 last time out, and now, well, you're looking at 6-5, but because of that win.
Yeah, the win was a very nice one. And I know you thought this one had a big chance to get a big piece of it on that occasion, and he didn't get just a piece of it. He got the whole thing at 8-1, and it was kind of, I guess, warming up to that. I mean, facing tougher at Mohawk Park in previous efforts, and then it all came together when he got here to the river against softer competition. 3 for 19 on the year, 8 on the board finishes. The price to me is just too short, though. I mean, you 8-1 last time. Now you've got to accept even money this time around. I mean, if you were on him last time, maybe he doesn't owe you anything to come back to him. But if you weren't, I think it's hard to swallow that pill. I thought this field was very competitive top to bottom, and that's why I went 6 deep in the multi-leg wagers. So I can't take even money on anyone in here.
All bets on red. Brett McDonald for the fine barn of Chris Haskell. Chris often puts up strong numbers, and all bets on red is a part of it because 2 wins and a second in the past 3.
Yeah, and he's been good to me. He's won as my best bet here at the River August the 9th, and then he was a winner last time by just 15 cents to the dollar at Georgian Downs. So he's one that I think is in with a chance here, as good a chance as anyone else in the race. I mean, he's definitely stepping up to some tougher competition, but he's in good order right now for Chris Haskell. 3 top 2 finishes in his last 3, and he's hit the board in each of his last 4. Good post to work from, can be in the mix throughout. He's also shown he can be versatile in his racing style. So all bets on Red. 7-2, it's about the right price.
What a nice field this one is, because Watching Sunset was a good second to Gandalf the Bay last time out, and yet your 5th choice, 4-1.
And again, that kind of just speaks to the quality of this field. Like, I'm shocked right now that I've got him pegged for only 5th, but it's because I like so many horses in here. He raced really well last time out, had a clear lead coming into the stretch, got picked up by Gandalf the Bay. I thought he was home and cooled. Didn't pan out that way, but he's obviously in with a big chance again. 7-2 is a bigger number than I expected on him. I thought he'd take support as well. Right now, a lot of horses are boasting serious value on that tote board.
Well, because the lack of value on Gandalf the Bay at 6-5. I've got Wild Doc Holiday at 6-1, and Rob's on number 8, Chesterman at 8-1. It's a field of 9, the 9th and final dash on this National Caretaker Appreciation Day here at Grand River Raceway. They're into the backstretch, approaching the start. And the field for race number 9 is at the start, and they're off. And Gandalf the Bay is going to come blasting out with Timely Bay. Wild Doc Holiday on the inside is out well. And Chesterman is part of the front 4. Then Rusty's Bet, and all bets on Red, and Watching Sunset. Then Southwind Infusion and Harborlight Ambrose. Gandalf the Bay dropped down to 3-5 on the board. Wild Doc Holidays in the pocket. Timely Bet is racing 3rd. Then Rusty's Bet is 4th right now. And Chesterman is in mid-pack 5th. 26-4 was a solid opening panel put up by Gandalf the Bay and Garrett Rooney. And Wild Doc Holidays in viewing the view in the pocket. Then Timely Bet is 3rd. Rusty's Bet is 4th. Chesterman now moving to the outside is all bets on Red, being followed by Watching Sunset. Southwind Infusion, and then trailing the field is Harborlight Ambrose off at 26-4. Opening quarter field heads up to the half, and Gandalf the Bay. Wild Doc Holiday in the pocket. Rusty's Bet is making some headway on the outside and is 3rd. Racing for Chesterman is 2nd over. All bets on Red. Backing away a bit is Timely Bet. Then Watching Sunset and Southwind Infusion and Harborlight Ambrose. Gandalf the Bay. Gandalf the Bay. And racing 2nd, Rusty's Bet. Wild Doc Holiday on the inside 3rd. And Chesterman is 3 wide. Gets emerging but is flattened out. And Gandalf the Bay is getting away. Gandalf the Bay and Garrett Rooney now leads by 5 or 6, and it is Rusty's Bet and Wild Doc Holiday. Chesterman and out wide Watching Sunset, but we're watching Gandalf the Bay win this one under wraps. Gandalf the Bay wins it going away. Watching Sunset, Chesterman, then it was all bets on Red and Southwind Infusion. 152-2, Gandalf the Bay. Well, before that last race, Robert, maybe there was some doubts about Gandalf the Bay, but he came up here and won, and then he made sure that you knew that it wasn't a fluke, because romped again tonight.
Yeah, he absolutely crushed them, Gary. I mean, tons the best. And he went to the lead, and I said, okay, well, we're going to see now what he does on the engine. And he was up to the challenge. I mean, set legit fractions throughout, and wins by as much as he pleased, with Garrett Rooney picking up the steer. So Gandalf the Bay, a horse that has now won 2 in a row, should be feeling good of himself moving forward. And again, maybe that competition at Mohawk Park was a little too tough for him. Gets here to the river and just absolutely loves it.
I thought 55-1 might open him up a little bit to get picked up, but we're just seeing the slow-mo coming to the finish. Not the slow-mo, the full speed, but there's no picking him up.
No, there was no getting to him. I mean, he was absolutely tons the best. And, you know, I was getting a little bit excited with Chesterman because he left out off the gate, and I was just hoping he could kind of slide down and find a spot. I was hoping he'd get away 4th. He ended up getting away 5th, and then he ends up 2nd over. Looked like he had a ton of horse, but when he made the move 3 wide, just didn't really come forward at all. Kind of just spun his wheels out there, and then ends up being 3rd in the end of it there. Gets picked up by Watching Sunset late. Thought he still raced okay, but I was hoping for a little more from Chesterman.
Yeah, my excitement ended at about the 5/8 because he was getting that perfect pocket trip, but he couldn't keep up with the one that was on the top.
Yeah, no, Wild Doc Holiday, I mean, I thought he was in a great spot, but it just kind of speaks the performance by Gandalf the Bay. I mean, a horse that we've seen do great things here in Wild Duck Holiday just couldn't stay with them. I think it kind of broke his heart that he couldn't do that, and that's why he faded out of it.
You know, Rusty's Bet is one to watch. 45-1. Actually put a lot of work into this race.
Yeah, I was actually really impressed with his effort when he kind of moved first over. I was thinking, wow, who's this making that move first over, especially 45-1. Rusty's Bet was coming into this 2 wins in his last 3, and kind of a brave performance, right? First over a long way and sticks around for 5th.
It's a 2-5-8-4-9. Good job this evening, Robert. You'll sleep well tonight. You've put a lot of mileage around the track this evening.
I definitely will. We'll be okay for tomorrow, and you as well, Gary. Fantastic job as always.
It's a 2-5-8-4-9, and back in front of us is number 2, Gandalf the Bay. 3-year-old Lazarus Bay gelding, by Paul Ritchie, the trainer. Garrett Rooney, the winning driver. 4th win for Gandalf the Bay this year and lifetime. 152-2. Ninth race payouts to Gandalf the Bay, 340, 240, 250. 5 Watching Sunset, 350, 368. Chesterman, 420. Dollar pick 3, 14.25. Dollar win 4, 50.50. Dollar high 5, 9.11, 45. $2 exactor, 10.90. Dollar try, 27.65. Double of 6 and 2, 7.70. Ninth race order of finish from the top down in program order is 716-429-835. That's 716-429-835 at the bottom. That does conclude the live harness racing program for this Friday evening. Action resumes on Monday, our first race, 6:30 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos. Good night, everybody. Good night, Casey.